oh my.
6.9 to go. In it comes to Ethan Morton. He's going to dribble this one out. And the second verse is the same as the first. UConn repeats as national champions.
Now it's time to head courtside for Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament.
We welcome you to Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Ohio for exclusive coverage of the 2025 Men's Basketball Championship between the number 15 seed in the East, the Colonials of Robert Morris, and the number 2 seed, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today's broadcast of the NCAA tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is sponsored by AutoZone, by Cintas, by Granger, by Pluto TV, by Kohl's, by Progressive Insurance, and by NCAA.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Graham, along with former Penn State and UCLA guard John Crispin. Brad Heller joins us later from the Westwood One Broadcast Center. And we get underway here in Cleveland with a team made it all the way to the Final Four last year. The Crimson Tide of Alabama, a team that started out this year ranked as the number 2 team in the country. And right now is the number 2 seed, John. The highest scoring team in the country is one that people have an eye on to make it all the way potentially back again.
Well, I think that's what makes them so dangerous, their ability to score. But it's beyond that. It's their ability to dictate the way the game is going to be played. They're so connected in terms of their willingness to take tough shots. The green light is neon green. That's how they put pace on the game. They'll take some quick shots. They'll get a pace going to the point where they're playing the game the way they want it played. And that ultimately is going to be the biggest challenge for Robert Morris, controlling the game early.
And Robert Morris, a team out of the Horizon Conference, 26-8 on the year. This is a completely different team than the one they had last year, as you see so often in college basketball this year. But Andy Toole retooled with this team, put a new team on the floor, and this is one that complements one another well.
Yeah, and I think Andy Toole was talking about the right things in our meeting yesterday, where he really talked about slowing this game down, being more methodical at times while not taking away their own aggression. That's a great contrast right there. Sometimes you slow the game down so much that you're not aggressive enough in this contest. I think he's going to try to be aggressive without allowing the game to be played the way Alabama wants it played.
Alabama has scored 100 or more points 8 times this season, 18 times since the start of last year, and this round last year in the first round against Charleston, they put up 109.
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. Grant Nelson is available, not starting. We'll see how much he plays. The question is, does he have to play? I think that's what this is all about. If Alabama gets off to a hot start, you could see a honey bun again today.
They are 6-0 all-time against teams seeded 13 or worse, including a 3-0 record against 15 seeds, but one caveat. This is March Madness after all. Sir, Crimson Tide did lose their last NCAA tournament game against a Horizon League opponent. That was to Milwaukee back in 2005 in the first round. Up next, we will have the starting lineups for you from Cleveland as the crowd fills in here, and also the opening tip of Alabama and Robert Morris. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the Men's Basketball Tournament.
Riley Herbst here from 2311 Racing. Looking for fast fun? Go for a spin at Chumba Casino. Racing's fast, but Chumba takes it up a notch. Nothing beats the rush of those high-speed spins. Big thrills, daily bonus boosts, action-packed games. Chumba's got it all to keep you in the fast lane. Ready to race? Let's Chumba. Pit stop at ChumbaCasino.com and play today.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. You can choose to get out there. Choose your people. You could choose to go for it. No, like really go for it.
Fourth down, 28-yard line.
Just choose to do something that moves you. Mazda crafts cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. Mazda. Move and be moved.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. We can reawaken any space to make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. We proudly use Sherwin-Williams paint.
Feels like home.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
Here in Cleveland, we have you ready for our first game of 4 today here at Rocket Arena. It's the East Region number 2 seed Alabama against the number 15 seed Colonials of Robert Morris. And Robert Morris head coach Andy Toole says guarding Alabama, the team that regularly puts up 100 points, is definitely no easy task today.
One of the things that we tried to do when we built this roster was improve our defensive ability by having some guys that can guard in space, by having some guys that can protect the rim. You know, I'm not sure that we thought we'd have to be doing that against an SEC level team. You know, I've told the guys that what we need to do is everything we've worked on all year long, but we've got to do it at by far the highest level that we've done it all year.
So against that backdrop, time for the keys to the game, sponsored by Realtors. Buying a home can be a lot, but with the ethical expertise of a Realtor, you don't have to do it alone. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. All right, John Crispin, let us start with the team we just heard about, the Colonials of Robert Morris.
Well, what he mentioned, guard in space. Guard in space is absolutely going to be a key for this game. It's really about forcing bad angle drives. It's about winning your battle, meaning you're going to have to guard an individual playmaker, and you cannot rely on help. Why can't you rely on help? Well, because Alabama's full of shooters. They want you to help. They want you to chase the play. There are going to be times for Robert Morris where you have to fight against your principles, not overhelp, give up what appears to be an easy drive, force the toughest shot possible, but do not do so while giving up open threes and start chasing the play. They've got to get established early and trust your ability to defend around the perimeter.
Does that make the converse true, that Alabama just has to be Alabama?
Pretty much so. And that's ultimately what this is about. One team is preparing for this game by saying, go out and be us. Do what we do best. The other team's going to prepare by saying, do not allow them to be who they are.
Let's check the starting lineup, sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. Robert Morris out of the Horizon League, 26-8 on the year. Their lineup looks this way. Amarian Dickerson, a junior right here from Cleveland, Ohio, 6'7", 185, averaging 13 points and 6 boards. Josh Omojafo, junior out of Hamilton, Ontario, a transfer from Division II Gannon, averages 11 points and almost 4 boards per game. Alvaro Fulgueras, sophomore out of Malaga, Spain, averages 14 points and 9 rebounds. He's 6'9" and 215. DJ Smith, a junior, 6', 160, out of North Little Rock, Arkansas, averaging 9 points and 2 boards on the year. And Cam Woods, this is a guy who has seen a lot of college basketball in a lot of places. He's their leading scorer, the senior, out of Bessemer, Alabama, 6'2", 185, averaging 15 points per game. The head coach is Andy Toole, now in his 15th season at Robert Morris, winner of 252 career games. For the Crimson Tide of Alabama, they're 25-8 on the year. It looks this way. The lone freshman in the lineup in a group of graduate students regularly, LeBaron Fillon, freshman out of Mobile, Alabama, averaging 11 points per game. Chris Youngblood, grad student, 6'4", 223, right out of Tuscaloosa, averaging 10 points and 2.2 rebounds. Clifford Omari, the grad transfer from Rutgers out of Benin, Nigeria, averaging 7.5 points and 6.5 rebounds. Jaron Stevenson, the sophomore from Chapel Hill, gets the start in this game today. Grant Nelson is available but will not start. And then Mark Sears, he is first team All-SEC, and he can light it up. Grad student out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama, averaging 18.5 points, 4.5 assists per game. The head coach is Nate Oates in his 6th season, 142 wins for Alabama, 238 in his coaching career. And he expects a physical game today. Says his team is used to it.
In the tournament, we're if a team tries to get physical with us in the tournament, we're used to physicality. I mean, everybody tries to get physical with us, stop our offense. We're the number one scoring offense in the country, and grabbing, holding, not letting us cut. It's been an effective strategy if it doesn't get called. So I think our guys will be able to play with the physicality, and I'm actually welcoming having a little bit tighter whistle than what maybe we've had in the regular season.
Alabama's the higher-seeded team wearing the white with the crimson trim. Robert Morris in the traveling bright red with white letters and numerals trimmed in navy blue. Our officials for this afternoon's game, Michael Irving, Evan Burrows, and Chad Barlow. Time now for the opening tips, sponsored by AutoZone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? They offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. They've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Dickerson is set to tip things off with Omori, and we are ready to go. First round action here in Cleveland, Ohio. And the tip controlled by Bama. The lawn will take it from the backcourt into the front as the Crimson Tide attack first. Along the outside, it's Stevenson who got that start today. Now off for Phil on the left side. Alley-oop and jammed home. Backside, nobody picked up. Clifford Omori and a 2-0 lead for Alabama.
There's so much concern about Alabama around the perimeter that you forget to lose sight of the basket and protecting that rim.
Cam Woods playing catch on the outside with DJ Smith, 30 feet from the basket. Shovels to Woods in between the circles, and now he throws an alley-oop, but it's knocked away by Omori. Alabama trying to run, but Woods picked the pocket of Phil Lawn, and that slowed the momentum. The ball went over the sideline, and the officials say it still belongs to Alabama.
And there's a quick adjustment you have to make if you're Robert Morris, and that is adjusting to the length and athleticism of Alabama.
Boy, they have got a lot of it sitting here courtside. DeLon on the outside uses a high screen, kick to the right corner, and Stevenson's three-pointer no good. Fight for the rebound, ripped down by Youngblood, but he hits the floor, and he's going to be called for traveling.
A good start for Alabama, though, partially because you got a good open look quickly in the shot clock. That's part of what they want to do. They want to put pace on this game, and it's a pace that's not going to allow Robert Morris to keep up.
Alabama leads Division I in points per game. And they also spread the wealth in how they score. We'll talk more about that. As DJ Smith carries it across half court for Robert Morris. Opening moments, 2-0 Alabama lead. Omajapo comes to the near side. Smith knifing into the lane. The big guys are there, and he retreats. Back outside the arc. Here comes Cam Woods now with the ball on the right side. Uses the high screen. Not going to work. He'll pull up, try a three, and that shot is no good. A brick. Rebound comes down into the hands of Sears. Alabama running. Out to Youngblood, who lays it in. 4-0 Alabama.
Good open looks quickly in the shot clock's one thing, but if you get transition opportunities if you're Alabama, that's going to be a great challenge for Robert Morris.
They have got a difficult task in trying to slow this Alabama team down. Omajapo playing the point now. Uses a high screen. Drives down right of the lane. Jump stop, spin. 10-footer is on the way. No good off the back iron. Sears out with a rebound, and they're running again. Here come the Crimson Tide. Youngblood catch. Fake a three from the right side. Dumps it down low. And now Omori kicks back to the outside on the left for Philon. Driving into the lane, and you're going to get a foul call on the drive. And that one is going to be on Cam Woods, I believe. Woods gets his first, team's first.
Such a great challenge for Robert Morris because you're up against a team that beats you in terms of size and athleticism, but they also beat you from the perimeter. So there's a lot of floor to cover if you're Robert Morris.
Philon with a looping inbound pass into Omori. Now back to Philon, and he's going to start the offense. 25 from the hoop on the right side. Throws back behind for Sears. Dump it down to the corner. Driving inside is Stevenson, and now gets it into Omori, who's fouled on a take to the basket. He was thinking big-time dunk, but he got hit on the way up. And the foul call will be on Dickerson, his first. That'll send Clifford Omori to the line to shoot two for Alabama. Later on, we'll select the smart coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Maury's a 70% shooter, makes the first, and stretches the Alabama lead to 5.
One of the things Alabama does really well is they don't run a ton of sets. You don't think it's set offense, but they get quickly into action that forces you to chase the play as a defense, and they have so many weapons to go to.
Omori missed on the second, tipped rebound, corralled by Fulgaris, and Robert Morris down 5, crosses the half-court stripe of the basketball. It's Woods standing right in front of the Alabama bench with the left-handed dribble. Drop it off for Omajafo. Omajafo on the right side. Robert Morris needs to get on the board here to break the seal. Back out into the hands of Woods. He'll drive with the left hand into the lane. Jump stop shot on the way. It's no good. Tip follow won't go. Rebound tip back up, and that one will go. They're going to credit Dickerson, but I think Alabama might have tipped it into their own basket.
I think you're right.
5-2. Robert Morris finally on the board, and now a steal. Dickerson taking the steal, driving, Euro step layup, no good. Fulgaris comes down with a rebound, though, and a reset now for Robert Morris, as Omajafo is fouled on the outside by Chris Youngblood.
Let's say good little response from Robert Morris, but the more you get quick basket, the more it plays into the hands of Alabama, who wants to make this an up-and-down contest.
Robert Morris won for their first 6 from the floor. Down 5-2. Here's Smith. Bouncing it down on the block on the left side. Omajafo. Turnaround jumper on the way. It's no good. Rebound comes down for Omori. And Alabama's not going to be able to run this time as Robert Morris gets back quickly. Crimson tied by 3. 16:40 to go first half. Down along the corner, Youngblood thought about a 3. Now Fallon up on top uses a screen, driving, weaving into the lane, trying to dump off pass late, and it's flicked over the end line. Good quick hands by Fulgaris. That avoided a potential rim-rattling dunk by Omori, who was coming in for that pass.
The complement that is Fallon and Sears in the backcourt is so tough to cover. Both can bring the ball up court, so if you take one away, the other's just going to bring it up.
Youngblood spinning into the lane off the inbound. Nothing there. Flicks to the corner. It's Stevenson for 3 on the left side. No good. Omajafo down. Uncontested for the rebound for Robert Morris. Here comes Woods around a screen up on top. Attacking the basket on our left are the Colonials. Alabama has been aggressive on the defensive half-court game. Woods waiting with the ball on his hip. Comes to the near side for DJ Smith. Driving, kicking left corner. Make that right corner. Fulgaris a 3. That one is no good. Rebound again down to Sears. Here he comes into the forecourt. Driving straight down the lane, and he's fouled on his way in. It was not a shooting foul. The reach-in is going to be on Omajafo, and it is going to be an inbound coming for Alabama when we come back. Timeout on the floor, sponsored by Rocket. Own the dream. 15:54 to go first half of play. It's Alabama 5, Robert Morris 2. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
People always ask me, Guy, why are you so confident? And I tell them because I shop for a used car with Carfax. Why Carfax? Because I was able to pause for the facts. What kind of facts? Used car facts. Facts. Like which car has been in a reported accident, which ride has the best value, facts. Which car will have me feeling so confident that I'll just turn up the radio facts. And roll down the windows facts. And belt out show tunes, knowing full well that I cannot sing. Facts. Carfax is the answer. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
Welcome back to Cleveland, where we'll check each team's tournament resume, sponsored by Monster.com. Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. Monster.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today. Robert Morris is the 15 seed in the East, winners of 26 games on the year this year, and winner of the Horizon League Championship and a victory over Youngstown State. They have won one game in tournament history. That was a win in the first four over North Florida in 2015. Then, unfortunately, they ended up running into the Duke Blue Devils that year. On the other side, Alabama knocked out in the SEC semifinals by Florida, a team they've struggled to beat this year, but they are trying to become the first SEC team with back-to-back Final Fours in a decade since Kentucky did it in 2014 and 2015.
Yeah, not a bad start for Robert Morris. You held Alabama to 5, got to the first time out. You want to make it as choppy as possible, but you're going to have to be able to score.
They're 1 for 8 from the floor. Alabama inbounds now out of the timeout, and Sears controls out of the circle. Driving into the lane, makes some space. Left-handed floater is good. 7-2 Alabama.
There's so much attention around the perimeter that it leads to these drive and kick opportunities with no help. Sears is going to have kind of his way in the paint.
6 points in the paint for Alabama, and they lived there during the season. Ismail Plett in the ball game now for Robert Morris. Hands it off to Woods. Jump stop in the lane. Nothing there. On the right side, Omajafo. Driving shot is good. He saw a spot and laid it off the glass with the left hand. Quickly back the other way. Here comes Alabama. Diabate driving and wills the ball into the hoop. Barely blink an eye, and Alabama back up by 5.
Picture an incredibly slow Euro step. Looks like a travel, but good body control and finish.
Woods lead back behind. Dickerson up top wants a 3. That shot no good. The rebound comes down to Darian Reed, the freshman for Alabama, who came in at the timeout. Back at the other end, 3-point ball is good. Diabate, I should say, has come in and made 5 quick points.
Well, that possession really started with a quick shot for Robert Morris, something Andy O'Toole doesn't want. Here's another.
And a bad 3 that misses badly for DJ Smith up on top. Alabama quickly out, working with an 8-point lead at 12-4. Here's Sears, crossover dribble to the foul line, kick to the near corner. 3-pointer on the way. That shot for Reed is no good. Fight for the rebound, and the ball goes out of bounds. They say off of Alabama. That was a wild attempt by Reed to save the ball on that far side of the baseline, and he actually ended up touching the end line with his foot. It goes back the other way. 12-4, Alabama on top. 14-15 to go here first half. Robert Morris shooting woes continue. Omajafo misses from the left elbow. They're now 2 for 12 from the floor.
The issue is quick shot taking. That's going to be a problem. It's going to play right into the hands of for Alabama.
And Darian Reed collides with Omajafo, who's going to get called for the blocking foul. So Omajafo, that's not good news. It's his second personal just 6 minutes into the game. Scott Graham, John Crispin here at our Grainger broadcast position in Cleveland. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade products for all industries, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Crossing 14 minutes to go here first half as Sears dribbles down on the right block. Thinking about posting up, and now he will. Spinning in the lane, dishing, and a 2-fisted jam for Reed coming from the weak side. Alabama by 10.
Mark Sears doing a good job kind of posting up and forcing help defenders to come over and then just being a good, willing playmaker.
Colonials pass on the perimeter. Jump stop at the foul line for Woods. And now they get it inside and a lay-in there for Marion Dickerson.
Attack in the paint, let the defense adjust.
But nobody picks up Sears until he gets to the basket. His shot blocked by Omajafo. Oh, check that, by Woods. It was Woods with the block, a drive, wild shot, no good, but the tip follow for Ryan Prather for Robert Morris.
Robert Morris, the beneficiary of a 4-on-4 there. Mark Sears never got into the play. It was wide open floor. They were able to get on the offensive glass.
14-8, Alabama by 6. Diabate driving, missing. The left-hander had good position, but the shot tickled the rim and fell away, and Robert Morris down with the rebound. Try to stay alive here in the early moments. Woods drives into the forest, now kicks back out to the top. Ball in the hands of Smith. Thought about a 3. Back to Woods again on the left side. Cam Woods driving into the lane, throws through. Right side 3 is good for Prather. Prather shoots it at 40% from three-point range, and he gets Robert Morris back to within 3. Alabama quickly into the forecourt. You'll hear me say that a lot today. Here's Aiden Holloway on the outside. Holding head of the circle. Deep three ball, and he got it. 1 foot inside the March Madness logo, and Aiden Holloway drills it. Alabama up 17-11.
Yeah, Robert Morris starting to find the balance between being patient and aggressive. Good job the last few offensive possessions.
Now passing around on the outside. Smith drives into the lane. In trouble. Throws it into the bottom of the rim. And Alabama down with the rebound. They're coming out 2 on 3. It's Reed, the freshman. Euro step. Drive into the lane. Shot is good. Right over the top of Platte. That is hard to stop.
Do you want to go ahead and describe that play? A little Euro step, but he shot that like a shot put off of his right shoulder. Bit of a prayer, but he got it to go.
Now an 8-point lead for Alabama, 19-11. 11:40 left here in the first half. Robert Morris trying to find some consistent offense in the half court. Pass to the outside is flicked over the sideline, and I believe will still belong to Robert Morris when we come back. 11:33 left to go first half of play. Robert Morris 5 for 17 from the floor, trying to stay alive. It's Alabama 19, Robert Morris 11. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
College Sports Radio is your home for the NCAA tournament.
For the win, it's good!
Hear reaction all day long on SiriusXM Channel 84 and the SiriusXM app.
Fans, you can listen to every minute of the NCAA men's tournament on Alexa. Just ask your device to open Westwood One Sports. You'll be able to select the game you want to hear or get access to our March Madness Mix channel. Robert Morris put together a 7-0 run, but Alabama bounced back with an extra 5 points. Crimson Tide 19, Robert Morris 11 with 11:33 left to go first half.
One of the things we talked about with Nate Oates was the fact that opponents can often start the run for Alabama by scoring. It's one of the more dangerous things about Alabama is once you find it offensively, as Robert Morris has, it actually spurs the break for Alabama. It spurs the aggressiveness from Alabama, and they are so committed to scoring that the run that Robert Morris puts together actually plays into the hands of Alabama. I think that's just another thing that makes Bama so dangerous.
Bama went 6-2 to open the year, then went 15-1, but lost 5 of their last 9. And you got to assume that some of that has to do with the difficulty of trying to navigate the SEC.
Yeah, and there's so much variety in the SEC. Great teams bottom to top, not just top to bottom. That's been a bit of a gauntlet this year.
Back to play now and try to beat the shot clock. Dickerson, a fadeaway three is no good. Fight for the rebound, and out of the scrum, 2 hands on it. Possession arrow is going to belong to Robert Morris as Fulgaris was battling on the ground with Chris Youngblood. They were fighting over the ball like 2 kids over a toy.
Yeah, I appreciate the somewhat delayed jump ball call. A lot of times that's the whistle blows so fast before anybody really gets possession. They actually let them battle it out a bit.
When are we going to stop saying jump ball?
That's a great question. I think you and I have had that conversation before.
Well, that's because I'm a pretty shallow person, and I have, 3 or 4 observations, and that's about it.
That's all we've got.
Yep.
Okay.
Robert Morris will keep inbounding far baseline now in the hands of DJ Smith.
We have 3 more games beyond this that we'll get to it again.
I'm sure. Long 3 off the inbound, misses for Ryan Prather, the rebound for Alabama. Here comes Aiden Holloway with the basketball. Crossover dribble. Kick to the corner. Stevenson back in the game. Rushes at the rim and has his shot blocked away, and he hits the ground hard. And now bodies down on the other end as Robert Morris comes into the forecourt. The give to Dickerson. Down the lane he goes. His shot is good, and they're going to have to stop play here because Jaron Stevenson hit the ground hard after having his shot blocked at the rim, and he has not gotten up yet.
And it was a physical contest at the rim. I believe he landed on his left wrist. That's what he appears to be holding. And we have monitors in front of us, so we get to see a replay. And look, it was a physical play. A lot of body. Yes, he got 2 hands up on the ball. But landed, came down on that left wrist, and was immediately in pain.
Marion Dickerson is the one who blocked the ball, then ran down the floor after he got back up again to make the basket to make this a 19-13 game. And now Jared Stevenson gets up, and he is having his left arm, his left wrist, supported by the training staff as he walks his way back over to the bench.
And as Nate Oates walked by the officials, he just gave a quick nothing there. Kind of a bit of a question. Nothing at all. It was a tough contest.
Now, Grant Nelson is down at the end of the bench. He's got his left knee wrapped. He is dressed for today. He is a regular starter for this team, dealing with a leg problem. It looks like they would prefer not to use him today out of an abundance of caution. And right now, he is not the guy they're going to with the 6-point lead as his replacement, Jaron Stevenson, leaves with that wrist problem. 10:45 to go first half. Alabama back on the attack. DeLon back on top for Youngblood. A 3-pointer, no good off the right rim. Tip follow for the rebound, and it's loose on the ground. Youngblood's got it. Dishes and a jam for Amori. Nobody wanted the ball. Youngblood came up with it. It's Alabama by 8.
You look at Omori's hands. They look like the fingers that you buy as a fan with the number 1. Huge hands. If he gets his hands on the ball, he will rise over the top and finish.
Smith kicks to the corner, right side. Fulgaris nails a line drive 3-pointer.
The best thing about that is ultimately pulling Omori away from the basket. You start to open up the paint and allow some dribble drive activity.
21-16, Alabama by 5. DeLon, right of the lane, throws back behind. Diabate nails another shot, and I believe it was a 3. 1 foot was close to the line. And it is indeed a 3, his second of the first half. 8 quick points off the bench for Mohamed Diabate. Back the other way, 3-pointer for Woods. That shot no good. Long rebound, and Woods got his own. Now from the left side, with the dribble alive. Cross-court pass for Prather. Prather knifing in toward the lane. Spinning for the up and under. It's not there as he's cut off by Fallon. Back to the foul line. Jumper on the way, no good for Dickerson. And the rebound down for Diabate for Alabama. Here come the Crimson Tide. Holloway with the dribble, right baseline. He's cut off there by Cam Woods. They come back out to the top for a reset. Now Holloway shifts it inside, and a pretty catch and left-handed shot by Omori stretches the Alabama lead to 10.
That 2-man game action's always there because of the space they create with having so many shooters on the floor.
Smith on a drive for Robert Morris. Now to the foul line, spinning right of the lane. Shot fake not once but twice, puts the shot up, it tickles the rim, and it falls through for DJ Smith. 26-18 the score, 8:43 to go first half. DeLon holding on top, drives into the lane, and alley-oop there. Amori catches and comes up on the other side of the basket for the reverse lay-in.
Amori has the decided advantage down low, no question, but they're not going to play inside out and slow the game down. Everything's going to go outside in for Alabama.
He has been a force here early. Back the other way, the other big man, Fulgaris, misses from the top of the circle on a three, and Alabama out looking to run again. Robert Morris got back this time defensively. DeLon just left of the top of the circle. Waiting for a screen, nothing there. Now dumps it off and takes it back again. On the left side, foul line extended, shot clock at 10. He's fouled on the way in. DJ Smith got his arms on him. And another foul call on Robert Morris. Later on, we'll select the play of the day, sponsored by Old Spice. Stinking places beyond your pits. Old Spice has you covered with total body deodorant. 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use. Maury's going to go out of the game right now. He is a major, major advantage for this Alabama team in this game. Crimson Tide get a little bit smaller.
It's not just his size, too. He's got great hands. Some of the passes he's received were not easy catches, and that's one of the biggest challenges for some bigs who play down low. But again, a lot of it's coming from the perimeter in, which is opening the floor even more for Bama.
We cross 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Alabama by 10 with the basketball. Sherrill on the outside, foul line extended, hands off for Holloway. Holloway driving baseline and throws it away. He was trying to throw through. Good anticipation by Cam Woods for the Robert Morris steal. Now he drives, looking to kick back outside. And DJ Smith driving into the lane. He'll be fouled. And that foul call is going to give the ball back to, I believe, Robert Morris when we come back. I don't believe a shooting foul. It was not. And so an inbound coming for the Colonials of Robert Morris when we come back. 7:39 left to go, first half of play. The number 2 seed Alabama with a double-digit lead on top of Robert Morris, 28-18. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
You know what I love about spring? It's a season of change, and that means it's time for a closet refresh. Enter Kohl's. With the extra 15% off they have going on, I saved on the latest styles for my entire family, like a cute dress for myself, linen shorts for my husband, and spring jackets for my kids. Just add sunshine and we're set. All thanks to Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. 15% offer ends March 23rd. See store or Kohls.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to vaxassist.com and schedule today. That's vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
Your life, your goals, your legacy. With a dedicated Fidelity advisor, it's all part of a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Visit Fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
Alabama by 10 here in Cleveland with 7:39 to go in the first half. Time for our Kohl's Fact of the Game. Crimson Tide are trying to become the first team to lead Division I in both scoring and rebounding since Alcorn State did it back in the 1979-80 season. They were led by former NBA player Larry Smith. John, do you know what his nickname was?
Lawrence.
No. Mr. Mean.
I was close.
That is the Fact of the Game, sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohls.com, where families come first.
Such a teacher move on your part, asking me a question knowing I'm going to get it wrong.
That's part of the process, right?
You got to remind people that you know more than them. I get it.
No.
Hey, look.
You're supposed to be making it so that next time you want to answer the question properly.
I will do my best.
Thank you.
I'll get the answer in advance like I used to do. Hey, 10-point game. I've got to say, Robert Morris has done a pretty good job of keeping this thing close. The problem is Bama could swing this to a 20-point lead within minutes. That's what they have to continue to be careful about, be patient, be diligent, particularly on the offensive end.
Colonials try to hold down the highest scoring team in America. They've got the basketball now, attacking on our left, wearing the red, trimmed in white and dark blue. Omajafo down low, kicks to Platt up on top. A three-pointer is good. Platt's first made three of the year. He was 0 for 2 in that category. Gets his team back within 7. Heck of a spot to make your first three.
Yeah, they need it because, again, at any point, this could swing 5-10 points quickly.
Sears driving through and trying to throw through is going to get called for a travel. He's cheering, but he doesn't believe, actually, that call made by the officials. He kind of dragged the pivot foot as he was throwing that pass to the corner.
No, I want to go back to the fact of the game that you talked about, leading in terms of points and rebounds. A lot of that has to do with a opponent's willingness to play with Alabama and get up and down the floor and maximize possessions within a game.
They also lead in adjusted tempo in America. That tells part of that story. Back with the basketball now. Robert Morris into the lane. Their big man, Fulgaris, up over the top. He got it to fall. And the Colonials back within 5. The crowd trying to encourage them. They always root for the underdog in the NCAAs. Down low, though, Alabama answers right back. Diabate, who's been a force in this one, hits on a short shot. Alabama's hit their last 5.
Well, Robert Morris found something on the offensive end last time down floor. Get the right matchup.
Woods on a drive hits his shot.
That's quick. You got to be careful with those because here comes Alabama.
Yep. Diabate driving again, laying it in again. There's barely time. They're going to wave that shot off, however, and say that Platt fouled him on the floor.
That's a stretch. I mean, he was in the shot motion going up to the rim. But that's what you have to be concerned with if you're Robert Morris. Cam Woods, great play, makes a shot, but that ball gets up so quickly, and right away Diabate gets to the rim.
And so an inbound now for Alabama on the far side of the floor. That is the 6th team foul on Robert Morris. Alabama will be shooting the rest of the way. Alley-oop on the inbound and jamming it right through is Omari. Wow, he is having himself a first half.
Just a great example of the screener is the one that gets open. Omari set a good screen and he was open at the rim.
Driving on the right side, Cam Woods throws back behind into the hands of Dickerson. Dickerson head of the circle, back to Smith. Smith, right elbow jumper is good. DJ Smith, the junior, drills it and keeps Robert Morris within 5 now. 32-27, 5:45 to go till halftime.
Alabama has put a little rhythm on this game, and Robert Morris has found it. That's why they're starting to score points on the offensive end.
Youngblood wants a 3 at the other end. That shot no good. Breaks a string of 6 for 6. And now Robert Morris out ahead of the pack. Jamming it home is Dickerson on a long feed. We've got a 3-point game. Bama runs quickly into the forecourt, leading 32-29. Sears traveled through the lane, and they called it late. He picked it up and was once again trying to throw a pass, but a little off in his rhythm. And the other part about this that's odd is he's played 11 minutes and only has 2 points.
Alabama really tried to lift the ball screen action away from the basket. The problem is they did that with Cliff Omori. He's not a 3-point shooter. He's not really a threat. So the big defender for Robert Morris just continued to back up and back up. Put Mark Sears in a tough situation. He's really struggled to find it.
Mark Sears is going to take a seat on the bench now, replaced by Aiden Holloway. And here comes Robert Morris. An opportunity to get within 1 or tie on this possession. On the outside, it's Woods with the dribble in the left hand, and a reach-in foul going to be called on Diabate, who tried to cut off Woods on that drive. March Madness is coming to a court near you. Experience it live as the nation's best college basketball teams compete for a chance to cut down the nets. Secure your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets.
Robert Morris is finally getting to the point where they're using the switch that Alabama's applying and getting the matchup they like, and they're just attacking.
Attacking once again, and a blocking foul is going to be called as DJ Smith was driving down left of the lane. He looked a little out of control, but Diabate is going to get called for the foul, his second. And the good news, if you're an Alabama fan, is that Jaron Stevenson, with his wrist taped, is back in the ballgame now for the Crimson Tide. He'll replace Diabate, who goes to the bench with 2 fouls.
You can say he's grimacing and holding that wrist.
Off the inbound, Fulgaris. Leave it off for Smith at the foul line, backing out with the dribble. Now comes back to the near side. Driving into the lane, shot blocked away, but picked out of the air by Dickerson. The block came from Amori. Shot clock down to 4 because it never hit the rim. Smith driving up and under. That shot is blocked. And the rebound comes down into the hands of Alabama. Here come the Crimson Tide again. DeLon dumps to the corner. Three-pointer on the way, left short by Holloway. And the rebound down for Cam Woods for Robert Morris. Here he comes driving, dishing. In the lane, they throw back outside again. It's DJ Smith behind the back pass to the head of the circle for Dickerson. And they're going to reset the offense at the 4:15 mark. On the drive, Woods. He'll try an 18-footer, and it's an air ball. Missed everything. He says to the official that someone got a piece of that, but
no.
Yep.
No, it was just that bad. It's okay. Sometimes it happens. It's better to act as if it slipped off of your pinky finger. But I have to say, Cliff Omori stopped that initial surge. They had numbers. There was a terrific screen in the backcourt. They had the numbers, but Cliff Omori is such a deterrent at the rim that it forced it into a reset offensively.
3-point game, 32-29 as we cross 4 minutes left to go here in the half. Another alley-oop, another jam for Omori, who's got 13 points in the first half. He averages 7.5 per game.
And that was also chest to chest with Fulgaris, who did a nice job, but the ball was just a little bit higher than he could jump.
3:43 left in the half. Down by 5 with the ball. Here come the Colonials. Smith at the foul line. Kicks right corner. Fulgaris 3. No good. Long rebound down. Here comes Stevenson. Slides it ahead for Youngblood, and he lost the basketball. Down on the ground. Now you've got a rugby scum. Who's coming out of it? It's still loose on the ground. Bring on the Dancing Bears. They still haven't blown a whistle. Bodies are intertwined and arms are around the basketball. They finally blow the whistle, and the possession arrow is going to point Alabama's way.
Something to keep an eye on. Stevenson was in that scrum, but held his left arm to his chest, did not engage his left wrist at all.
So a much-needed timeout on the floor with 3:22 left to go here in the first half. Robert Morris hanging in. It's Alabama 34, the Colonials 29. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Without maintenance teams behind the scenes, everything stops. Even the game. Lights, broadcast equipment, cooling. You ensure the assets that matter most work. MaintainX was built for professionals like you. A modern maintenance app that helps manage work orders, schedule maintenance, and track inventory. So keep the madness on the court, not in your operations. Try MaintainX free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain in the letter x.com/MVP.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
After battling through the brackets, one team gets the chance to climb the iconic Warner ladder. The final net cutting is the culmination of all the hard work and effort it took to reach this moment. And getting here puts these players and coaches in rare air. It's the same for all the trade professionals working from 20 feet to 20 stories. Every day they challenge themselves to conquer new heights. And Warner is the brand they trust to have their backs. Warner, the #1 pro ladder and official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
Back in Cleveland, let's check some of the stats. Sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. With TurboTax, Now Taxes is getting an expert who files your taxes for you so you can stay focused on following your bracket. Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes. Alabama shooting 63%. Robert Morris just 38%. Here's an interesting part, though. Alabama, the number one rebounding team in the country, just a one-rebound lead, 16-15. And for Robert Morris, their leading scorer, Cam Woods, is only 1 for 7 from the floor so far, and yet with all of this, Robert Morris is within 5.
Shot clock is set to 20 seconds.
They've done a really good job in terms of just having enough patience on the offense, but being aggressive in their movement, right? Find rhythm in your ball movement. See what the defense does to chase and do your best in terms of getting Cliff Omori away from the paint. The more you get him away from the paint, the more options you have off the bounce.
Alabama inbounds off the timeout after the held ball, and the inbound pass is tipped over the sideline. So Crimson Tide will advance it about 5 feet and inbound from basically the same spot right in front of the Robert Morris bench.
And that pass was to Stevenson, who just didn't want to grip it with both hands. That left wrist is a problem.
Into Omori, they shovel it back into the hands of Fallon. Fallon driving into the lane. Tough shot in traffic, no good. Fight for the rebound, won by Robert Morris. Dickerson clutched it out of the air and throws the long outlet to Woods. Now they come back down near side. Prather, shot fake, drive, reverse lay-in is good. 34-31, Robert Morris within 3. Fallon to the corner, shot fake by Youngblood. Now the 3, and he got it. Got his man in the air, took one calm step to the left and drilled it.
Almost as if the quick hitter for Robert Morris led to the transition 3 for Alabama.
37-31, Crimson Tide, 2:40 to go first half. Woods holding head of the circle, shovels back behind for Smith. Returns it to Woods in the left corner. Driving, down toward the block. Gets it into the hands of Dickerson, head of the circle. Shot clock down to 6. Dickerson, quick drive, quick first step. Throws through, Woods, shot fake, drive, shot up, blocked away. Youngblood down with it. Woods tries to steal it back again, and they say the ball last touched the hands of Robert Morris. It'll go back down the other way. We welcome those of you just joining us across our network with 2:16 to go first half. Alabama, the 2 seed in the East, with a 37-31 lead over the 15 seed, Robert Morris.
Also have to point out, Robert Morris is playing with great poise. Good body language. They're not really chasing the game or getting frustrated with one another. They've been strong. I think the experience is showing with this group.
Stevenson, right side, foul line extended. Now Sears holds head of the circle. He'll drive in. Another alley-oop for Omori, who drops it through. 15 first half points for Clifford Omori, and a lot of them have come on that same play.
Just throwing above the defense. I mean, it comes from guards being able to pass over the top as well.
Smith, dribble drive, pick it up left of the lane for Robert Morris. Back to Dickerson. Now on the near side, it's Woods. Little pick and roll, nothing there, so they throw back to the top again for DJ Smith. Shot clock at 7. Driving down right of the lane, and he was half mugged by Mark Sears, who says, I didn't touch him. Yeah, you did.
I don't know any guys that ever agreed with the foul that gets called on him. Doesn't matter how egregious it was. The initial defense from Mark Sears was good. He slid his feet, took it on his chest. It was the second go-around where he just engaged too much, tried to cut off the ankle.
5 team fouls for Alabama, so the inbound coming for Robert Morris from the baseline far side. Colonials run out of the stack, get it into the hands of Dickerson, who hands back behind to DJ Smith. He's had the ball in his hands most of this first half. Triangle pass down low for Fulgaris. Off the left block. Backing his way in on Youngblood. Backing him in further, and that's going to be a foul on Youngblood. He was really fighting to keep Fulgaris outside the lane, and that final shove resulted in a foul. Get good at money so you can be a little bad. Invest well at empowered.com. So the 6-team foul.
Yeah, not sure if I agree with that one, because the offense is trying to dislodge to create space. I'm not sure what a defender can do outside of hold his own ground, and you're also allowed that armbar in the post.
Off the inbounds, here comes Woods. Foul line, flicks to the right side. Dickerson, a 3. Would have been a big one, shot no good. Rebound run down by Cam Woods for Robert Morris. Has it poked free, but they get it back again. Good pass down low. Dickerson, little jump, hook shot of the lane is good. 39-33. Robert Morris within 6.
If anybody on the floor has adjusted, leveled up to the game, it's been Dickerson down low, going right up against Cliff Omori.
47 seconds and counting left in the half. Mark Sears quiet in this first half. Crosses with the dribble, driving into the lane. Left-handed shot is no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds, and it belongs to Robert Morris. This is not the look that Alabama wanted late in this first half. Right now, it is kind of hand-to-hand combat in a half-court game, and Robert Morris is holding their own.
Well, if Robert Morris could have turned this into a your turn, my turn game, I'm not saying it favors them, but it gives them a chance, and that's ultimately what you're looking for in the first half. Do you have confidence when you head into halftime against a team like Alabama?
Robert Morris taking the air out of the ball now as they dribble just inside half court. 9-second differential between game and shot clock. Shot clock down to 5. Three-pointer left side is good for Amarian Dickerson, and we've got a 3-point game. Nate Oates is going to take the use it or lose it timeout here to set up a final play with 11.6 left to go here in the half. Timeout on the court. Alabama 39, Robert Morris 36. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Let's check the schedule of tournament games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by the 2027 X15 engine from Cummins. Featuring better fuel efficiency, immense power, and backed by 25-plus years of experience, the 2027 X15 is built to rise above the challenge of tomorrow. The X15, forever rising. So to come here in Cleveland, number 10 seed Vanderbilt, number 7 seed St. Mary's in the East region. Then we flip to the South later tonight. The 7-10 game between Marquette and New Mexico, and the number 2 seed Michigan State and the number 15 seed in Bryant. We've got a 3-point game here right now, John, 39-36. And an interesting fact is that Robert Morris has gone 30 straight possessions without a turnover. They've turned it over once this half.
They've done a really good job in this half adjusting to the way Alabama wants to play, but also understanding how they need this game played. If it was 49-46, I think Alabama would be happier, though. They want this thing up closer to 100.
5 seconds left here in the half. Sears across half court, driving into the lane, and he is hit on his way in with a second and a half left. By hook or by crook, he was going into the lane. DJ Smith called for the personal. And so that is going to put Sears at the line now for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, that being the 7th foul on Robert Morris. Tough situation there with a second and a half left. I will say there was an open shooter in the corner, so maybe not a terrible foul.
Sears on the season, though, an 85% shooter. First team all SEC, 18 games of 20 or more points on the year this year. After playing his first 2 college seasons right here in this state at Ohio. Left-hander bends, fires, and rattles it home. He'll get one more try. 1.5 seconds left to go here in this first half. And Sears, who, as we said, has been quiet, just 3 points in the half. Second free throw is around and no good. Tip follows. Sherrill can't get the shot off in time. It was tipped high in the air, and by the time Sherrill caught and set, the clock ran out on him. And that is going to bring us to the end of a very interesting first half of play with Alabama on top by 4.
Another thing that makes it interesting is the fact that Robert Morris has been able to keep this thing close. There's a good Alabama contingent here, but anybody that is not an Alabama fan is pulling for Robert Morris, and it's created a good energy for Robert Morris headed into the half.
Our halftime score, Alabama 40, Robert Morris 36. When we return, we're going to head back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios for the halftime report. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk. Get a real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. Looking for fast fun? Go for a spin at Chumba Casino. Racing's fast, but Chumba takes it up a notch. Nothing beats the rush of those high-speed spins. Big thrills, daily bonus boosts, action-packed games. Chumba's got it all to keep you in the fast lane. Ready to race? Let's Chumba. Pit stop at ChumbaCasino.com and play today.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
I used to lack confidence until I shopped for a used car with Carfax. With Carfax, I was able to
pause for the facts.
I saw all the facts, like millions of cars, reported vehicle histories, and found the best values. Thanks to Carfax, I had the confidence to shop like a pro.
Facts.
A pro car shopper who feels like a winning ping pong champion.
Facts.
The ping pong champ whose legendary story is now a blockbuster movie.
Facts.
Starring me, Little Miss Confident. Yeah!
Facts.
Sorry, you get it. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
There's nothing more defeating than a bracket busted during the first few rounds. Clearly, you didn't have the right stats and data to make the right pick. Don't make the same mistake with hiring for your small business. Find top-tier talent in the right place with LinkedIn. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
Alabama, the 2 seed in the East region, shooting 61% in the first half, but the Crimson Tide only lead the 15 seed Robert Morris by 4 at the break, 40-36. Welcome to the Straight Talk Wireless Studios here in Los Angeles. I'm Brad Heller. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Game number 2 coming up at Rocket Arena. It's going to be the 7-10 matchup in the East, St. Mary's and Vanderbilt. It's the 4th straight appearance for the Gales, who won the WCC regular season title, although their 8-game winning streak ended with a loss to Gonzaga in the conference championship game. Meanwhile, the Commodores are back in the field for the first time in 8 years, an 11-win improvement from last year under head coach Mark Byington, who found some time to chat with our John Crispin.
First season at Vanderbilt, coming off of a round of 32 finish last year at JMU. Your pick to finish last. I don't know how much motivation that is, but you look back at this season from your perspective, what allowed you this turnaround, particularly in a tough SEC?
Well, we addressed right away we're against the odds.
Yeah.
And, an entire new team.
and the SEC and where we're picked and trying to put this thing together. And we took it as a challenge. Myself, my staff, my players, and we were out trying to find a team, put it together. We wanted players with something more to prove, and not just guys coming in as a team, because if they had more to prove, winning was going to be important to them. And we found a group that really fit that.
You look at that SEC, how would you say such a tough and deep, and it's not just top to bottom, it's really bottom to top in that conference, variety too, so you got to play a bunch of different styles. How did that prepare you for a tournament setting like this? Yeah, we'll find out, but I think it did. And, non-conference, we were 12-1, our one loss was to Drake. And obviously they're a really good team. And you get in the SEC play, it's relentless. Yeah. And it's every single night. It's incredible players, incredible coaches. And what I think the best part of that is you get better along the way. You learn along the way. I mean, we'll sit there and do stuff in games, but that's not working. I mean, that's not going to work in this league, and we got to throw that in the trash can. And there's other times you kind of find a niche and all right, this works against a good team. Let's build on that. And so the best thing that we did is we learned along the way. We had good moments. We had some great wins. And the frustrating thing in that league is you can play really well and lose, and you just cannot get down on it. I mean, we're winning at Florida with 8 minutes to go, winning the entire game at Tennessee and didn't pull it off. And you can't get down after that because around the corner is somebody, probably a top 25 team again. Now around the corner is St. Mary's, and Randy Bennett's one of those guys, universally respected in the game, over 560 wins. What do you pay attention to the most in your scout? I mean, it's a team that really likes to control the game in so many ways. So are you more style or personnel or a combination of both?
Yeah, there's a lot to digest in this, and so you do notice the style. They're one of the slowest pace in the country. Yep. I think they're second or third in slowest pace, and they only play 7 guys. But those 7 guys are really good. Yeah. And if you say the thing that jumps out, it's their defense and their rebounding. And I thought it was a misprint. You start looking at their plus minus on rebounding margin, and it's incredible. It's like plus 17, plus 19, plus 24. That's like when a varsity plays a JV team. And those are incredible numbers, so that jumps out to us.
With Vanderbilt coach Mark Byington, best of luck today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Vanderbilt St. Mary's, that's the next matchup coming up in Cleveland. The Commodores, the 10 seed in the East. St. Mary's is the 7. Halftime in Game 1, Alabama, the 2, leads the 15 seed Robert Morris 40-36. Coming up, we'll check the scoreboard. A good one so far between Baylor and Mississippi State. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible result in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, T-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mow.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Tomorrow's road, unpaved, unmapped, uncertain. But it's also where we discover what we can truly count on. Like the 2027 X15 engine by Cummins. With better fuel efficiency, up to 605 horsepower, and 2,050 pound-feet of torque. The X15 is a bedrock of reliability that stands forever ready to rise to the occasion. The 2027 X15, forever rising. Estimates based on preliminary testing. Individual results may vary.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/score.
score. Ethos.com/score.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line Gold Unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Brad Heller back in our Westwood One studios. Alabama, a 4-point lead on Robert Morris at halftime. Let's check the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset and maintenance app that brings your unplanned downtime to zero. Try for free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain and the letter x.com/MVP. The 8-9 matchup in the East, Mississippi State and Baylor. 7 lead changes so far. Baylor at the last laugh before halftime.
Wright scanning, and he feeds it right into the belly of Celestine, who drops it back off for Wright, who skates back out with his fiery red shoes against Kugel, marking him. 10 to shoot, 30 seconds in the half. Drive to the right elbow. He switches back left, tries to chuck it up and scores. Little double clutch. Low trajectory shot for 2 and the largest lead for Baylor, 37-32, 15 seconds first half.
Tough make by Wright. Kugel was all over him.
Jason Benetti, Sarah Kustok with the call. Right now, Baylor's up 45-39 on Mississippi State. 4 minutes in to the second half. You can hear that one on the brand new Westwood One Sports app. Iowa State Lipscomb, the 3-14 matchup in the South. The Cyclones out to an 11-5 start. They've played 5.5 minutes in Milwaukee. First game of the day coming up in Seattle. Memphis and Colorado State, the 5-12 matchup. Penny Hardaway's got experience as a player, taking the Tigers to the Elite Eight when he played for Memphis State. What's his advice for his guys at this time?
Yeah, I think that you can only say just don't let the moment overwhelm you. And that's easy for me to say because in the NCAA tournament, you have this nervous energy that attacks guys, right? And sometimes you might think that you need to do more, but less is more, if that makes sense. You just have to go out and just play the game the way that we have it lined up, stick to the game plan, and everything else will be fine.
Third NCAA tournament in the last 4 years for Memphis, the 5 seed in the West. The Tigers have won 16 out of 17, and they'll take on a Colorado State team that has won 10 consecutive games. That's the first game in Seattle. Memphis, Colorado State tips off in about 20 minutes. Halftime first game in Cleveland. Alabama up on Robert Morris 40-36. We'll take a break and rejoin Scott Graham and John Crispin at Rocket Arena after this. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. We proudly use Sherwin-Williams paint.
Feels like home.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers cutters to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
Welcome back to Cleveland, where Alabama's got a 40-36 lead over Robert Morris here in the 2 versus 15 game in the East region. Let's take a look at the halftime stats, sponsored by Barbasol. Barbasol shaving cream delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. Well, Clifford Amari had a game-high 15 points in that first half, 7 for 7. 4 of them came on what looked like Groundhog Day for Robert Morris, which were alley-oop dunks. On the other side, you take a look at what Robert Morris was able to do, and in a lot of ways it was what Amarian Dickerson could do to keep his team in the game. He went 6 for 12 from the floor, scored 13 points in that half. All told, Robert Morris shot 41%, while Alabama was shooting 61%. And there were 3 different runs during the course of the half where Robert Morris got back to within 3 points, or within 4 right now.
It was a good first half for Robert Morris. Yeah, I think you have to feel really good about it. You also, if you're Robert Morris, you feel good about the fact that Grant Nelson hasn't played at all in the first half. And Stevenson, you don't wish that upon anybody, but he's been hurt and seriously limited.
So it's time now for the second half keys, sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago electrical connectors. Gear up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project.
With avoiding big swings. It's similar to what they had to do to start this game, where you avoid big runs. There have been some runs, but Robert Morris has been the beneficiary of some of those. You can't bank on that in the second half. You have to understand that the firepower Alabama has needs to be slowed down. If you can make this your turn, my turn in the second half and give yourselves a chance late, one team in that situation is able to play confidently, the other one plays a little tight. Alabama would tighten up.
How important is it for Alabama to get Mark Sears back going again?
I think it's important he scores a little bit, but more so to soften the defense. If they can continue to get the ball off the bounce into the paint and look for those lobs over the top, that's demoralizing for a defense that has been playing very well, but just being outclassed in the sense that they don't have the length and athletes that Alabama does.
One thing to note, if you're a March Madness fan who is pining for an upset today, Robert Morris has 8 wins this season when trailing a game at halftime. That's tied for 4th most in the country this year. Our halftime score, Alabama 40, Robert Morris 36. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Taxes was taxing. Now taxes is relaxing when you file for free.
I can file for free? TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition and get your maximum refund. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, and student loan interest. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Westwood One presents great moments in tournament history.
March 16th, 2012, a day that a pair of second seeds would like to soon forget. In Omaha, the 15-seeded Spartans of Norfolk State stunned #2 Missouri thanks to Kyle O'Quinn's 26 points and 14 rebounds. But that was just the appetizer. Less than 3 hours later in Greensboro, C.J. McCollum's 30 points led 15th-seeded Lehigh into tournament lore.
McCollum's second is good. 5-point Lehigh lead. 0.4 of a second to go. The inbounds pass to Benegé, and that is it. The Lehigh Mountain Hawks have knocked off the tower of strength that is Duke. For the second time today, a 15 seed knocks off a #2.
The fifth and sixth times it had occurred since the field expanded in 1985. But happening the same day certainly makes the list for great moments in tournament history. I'm Kevin Kugler.
Well, of course, we're looking at a 15-2 matchup here right now. And if you wonder when the last time it happened was, go back to 2023 when Princeton beat Arizona 59-55. Right now, a 4-point lead for Alabama at halftime. Download the official NCAA March Madness Live app, and you can listen to every Westwood One broadcast of the men's and women's basketball tournament for free. Just look for the headphones icon on any live game. And if you're in the car, it seamlessly integrates with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Get the official NCAA March Madness Live app today. These games generally have a theme that runs through them, and upset watches generally, you can feel when certain points are coming. When are we going to know that we're looking at one of those here in the second half?
I think 5 minutes into this game will determine whether one team over-adjusted or one team is just going to level up. I think Alabama has the ability to level up within this game. Robert Morris has to make sure they don't over-adjust to the things that hurt them, like lob dunks. Protect the three-point line at all costs.
Time now for the start of the second half, sponsored by Indeed.com. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Robert Morris wearing red, going from our left to our right, inbounds from half court. We're underway in the second half. Working along the outside, DJ Smith. Far side pass into the hands of a driving Cam Woods, who misses from in close. Fight for the rebound. Results in a held ball. And the possession arrow points the other way.
I feel as if Robert Morris has been everywhere on the glass. I mean, they're getting a lot of close shots at the rim because of the drive to the paint and the heavy contest from Cliff Omoria. When he gets a way to contest, it opens up offensive rebounding opportunities that eventually led to the jump ball. Your favorite?
It's not a jump ball, it's a held ball.
Apologies.
We're going to be together for a long time today. Here's DeLon bringing it across half court. They double team him as he breaks the time stripe, and now he has to get some help, gets it back again. Head of the circle, driving in toward the lane, kick toward the corner. Now the touch for Spears on the left side, and another alley-oop, the fifth of the game for Amori, who jams it home. He's hit all 8 of his shots.
Typically, the backside help defender has to get there, but they're not going to leave three-point shooters open in the corner.
The lead stretches to 6 for Alabama. Now down on the block, it's Dickerson. Got a double team coming, kicks to the top. Smith, shot fake, drive into the lane. Might have walked, no call, and dishes for Fulgaris, who gets an easy 2.
Good inside-out play, right? You kick it out because you have a good matchup, and then you just attack the bad matchup.
Sears to Stevenson, straight down the lane. He jams it home.
Quick hitters, if you're Robert Morris, you've got to be concerned with those. Alabama's looking to score the second they get the ball.
Woods frustrated so far offensively. Right block got hit. Left his shot as an air ball, but the rebound picked out of the air by Robert Morris. Now he'll try again from the right corner. Missed badly on a three. Long rebound down to Sears. Here comes Sears across half court. Hesitation dribble. Kick to the corner. Throw back to the outside. Great anticipation. Omojafo, the steal, glides in, misses the layup. Smith got the rebound. The putback won't go, but he is fouled. How about that? A breakaway opportunity, 2 misses from in close. Robert Morris has missed 4 shots in these first 2 minutes of the second half from no more than 3 feet away.
But Robert Morris did a good job getting back and at least participating in that action. Alabama didn't get back, almost as if they were ready to concede a layup.
So it is DJ Smith, the transfer from Bowling Green, at the line now. He's got a 2-shot foul. Made the all-tournament team in the Horizon League. Spins the ball, fires it, and misses. First free throw attempt of the game for Robert Morris. Smith's a 79% shooter. As a team, they shoot it at 72%. Both of these teams pretty good free throw shooters. John, that's just the 5th foul shot we've seen in this game.
Smith's a tough matchup for Alabama because he's so small. He's also not a big physical guard. He's shifty. He's played some bad angle drives, but he's gotten where he wants to go with the ball.
Second free throw is good. 44-39. Alabama by 5. 18-10 left to go here in the ball game in Cleveland. Lawn on the outside, holding the ball, gets it to Sears, crossover dribble, top of the circle, three-pointer, no good. Long rebound, out and covered by Cam Woods for Robert Morris. Colonials attack the basket on our right. Hesitation dribble when Woods hits the deck, and a foul is going to be called. It'll be on Jaron Stevenson. We welcome those of you just joining us across our network. 17:57 to go in this game in Cleveland. And the number 2 seed in the East, Alabama, with a 5-point lead over the 15 seed Robert Morris, 44-39. It has been Alabama going up and down the floor, but Robert Morris hanging with them. And now, what a spectacular steal of the inbound, touching 2 separate hands. Sears, no-look pass, and now a no-look pass back again from Diabate. They get it to the corner on the left side, and Youngblood can't hit the 3. A lot of flash, no result.
I don't know what kind of flash that was. That was a hot mess. Good effort, but a hot mess of a play. And they really just didn't create a decent rhythm. So by the time they got a shot up, it just felt awkward.
Woods is just inside half court with the basketball. Finds the cutter. Omojafo dropping it down on the block into the hands of Dickerson, who gets it knocked away. They say it last touched him. So Alabama's going to get it back on what has been a rarity here in this ball game for Robert Morris, a turnover.
Yeah, Robert Morris has done a good job of taking care of the ball, and I think some of that is attacking the right matchups. You make better decisions.
First turnover of the half, just the 3rd of the game for the Colonials, who averaged 13 per game. Diabate, great Euro step right around Omojafo and lays it home. And extends the Alabama lead to 7.
Olajafo did a good job of getting up on that pick and roll situation, but really didn't get himself wide to take the Euro step away.
Back down the other way. Cam Woods firing again and finally gets one to fall. A 3-pointer for the leading scorer for Robert Morris. Cuts it down to a 4-point lead.
Eddie Toole talked a lot about Cam Woods' confidence, his swagger coming in, and he has not shot it well, but continues to do so.
Back the other way. Sears missed on a long 3 and a long rebound, papped out. It's Omojafo driving, laying it home. We've got a 2-point game, 46-44. Crowd bubbling up now in Cleveland. And Cam Woods is telling him, get louder, as he steps up defensively against LeBaron Fallon. Fallon, the freshman, bringing it across half court. Drives, kicks right side. Sears, 3-pointer, good. Big shot for Sears, the left-hander who was left open on the right wing.
Well, it feels as if every time Robert Morris puts a little something together, the crowd gets into it. Alabama has had an answer, and it's often come from 3 or a lob dunk.
Woods slowly across half court, trying to slow down the Alabama momentum as they drive into the lane. A bounce pass thrown away by Fulgaris, and the steal for Alabama. And now there's going to be a foul call in the backcourt on Omojafo, who picks up his 3rd foul. This game still does not quite have a personality, partner.
No, and I think that actually favors Robert Morris and not Alabama. Alabama wants the personality to be the up and down tempo of this game.
There's a timeout on the court sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. 15:44 left to play. Alabama 44. Robert Morris make that Alabama 49. Robert Morris 44. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Chumba Casino is now partnering with 2311 Racing. Chumba is always free to play, no purchase necessary. Find hundreds of online social casino games like bingo, solitaire, and slots, with new games dropping weekly. Grab your free daily login and welcome bonus with a chance to redeem amazing prizes. Play for free today at ChumbaCasino.com. It's time to cha-cha-cha-cha-chumba. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
People always ask me, Guy, why are you so confident? And I tell them because I shop for a used car with Carfax. Why Carfax? Because I was able to pause for the facts. What kind of facts? Used car facts. Facts. Like which car has been in a reported accident, which ride has the best value, facts. Which car will have me feeling so confident that I'll just turn up the radio facts. And roll down the windows facts. And belt out show tunes, knowing full well that I cannot sing. Facts. Carfax is the answer. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for this day.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
This is Mike Tirico. Join us for exclusive coverage of the Masters this April on Channel 92 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
15:44 to play here in Cleveland. Alabama with a 5-point lead, 49-44, and they inbound from right in front of us on the near side of the floor, going from our right to our left in their home whites with a crimson trim. It is Sears trying to get going in the second half, bringing it across half court. Gets it into the hands of Diabate, who had a big first half. Dribbling to the right side, hands off for Holloway. Holloway, left-hand dribble to the head of the circle, back to Sears, coming around a screen, into the lane, nice dish down low, and Diabate lays it home.
It's going to be one of those issues. Andy Toole said these guys have to be able to guard in space. They did a good job at lifting the defense, but the playmaking is just tough to keep up with from Alabama.
Danger time for Robert Morris, the lead back up to 7 now. Prather holds on the near side for the Colonials. Drop it down to Fulgaris. Cross-court pass thrown away. Here comes the steal. Here come the Crimson Tide. Into the forecourt. Holloway gets it to Sears, and an alley-oop pass is thrown away. He was trying to get it to Diabate and throw it too high. Back the other way. Dickerson trying to make him pay. Misses a 3, but the putback and a foul. How about the hustle from Fulgaris running the court? He got the tip opportunity and drew the foul on Diabate.
Good find. Diabate was there, just went through his hands, and then didn't get back quickly enough to take that one away from Fulgaris.
Along with John Crisp and Scott Graham here at our Grainger broadcast position in Cleveland. Gain a winning edge for your business with Grainger. Get fast delivery of industrial-grade supplies to help keep your operations going when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. So Alvaro Fulgaris, the sophomore from Spain, hits on the first.
He's been really good for them, too. A lot of what he's gotten from the perimeter has been baseline runner action, and the best thing about that, it's pulling Cliff Omori away from the basket, which has opened up some drive and kick opportunities for Robert Morris. Almost so much as they're taking a little bit more control of this game than we realize. Far more shots in possession for Robert Morris, too.
He is nicknamed El Pulpo Fol, translated to the octopus, and that's what he looked like on that putback attempt. It's on the second.
I thought you were going to ask if I knew what that meant.
No, I wasn't going to test you again.
Appreciate it.
You told me you didn't want to be tested. I'm not testing you.
I would not have gone with the octopus on that one.
Bulgaris comes out of the game, and Ismail Plaque comes in to replace him now. 51-46, Alabama. 14:45 to go as the Crimson Tide bring it across half court. On the drive, Holloway into the lane, shot up, good. He got one quick step on Platte, beat him right to the basket.
Again, Robert Morris trying to defend in space, lifting the defense, but in doing so, it opens up so many drive opportunities for these just versatile guards.
Woods head of the circle with the dribble, dropping it down to Platte on the block. He's got a mismatch down there with Sears. Trying to take him inside, and a double team comes over, and Amori with the big hand steals the basketball. Here comes Sears back the other way for Alabama. Leaves it up on top for Amori, who makes the catch, throws back out, and it's intercepted by Woods. Robert Morris back the other way with the turnover. Woods head of the circle, trying to get around Reed. Gets inside, shot up, no good. He hits the deck, and the rebound down to Alabama, running quickly. Youngblood, three-pointer in transition, no good. Rebound one-handed by Amarian Dickerson for Robert Morris.
And this is where Robert Morris wants to just settle, slow down. Couple quick hitters for Alabama. They missed opportunities. Best to operate a little bit in the half court here.
Down 7, the Colonials with the basketball. Smith takes it all the way to the right baseline. He's hemmed in there and has to get some help as he throws back out for Platte and then takes it back again on the right side. Shot clock down to 7. Smith looking for the screen. Got his screen. 4 on the timer. Driving into the lane, trying to throw through, and his pass to the corner was knocked over the end line. So Robert Morris is going to keep it, but they've only got a second and a half left to shoot as they'll inbound from the far baseline.
And again, you always have to watch out of bounds underneath. Always watch the guys that set the best screens. They're typically the ones that get open the most.
Got a play ready to go that's going to be very much catch and shoot, you would assume. DJ Smith going to inbound. He's got 3 men stacked on his side of the lane.
And no one covering the inbounder.
The inbound for Dickerson. Spinning. 3-point jumper up. Got it on the rim. No good. Tapped rebound controlled by Philon from Alabama. Philon brings it across half court. Hesitation dribble. Drive into the lane. Kick through to the near side corner. And the pass back to the top, which is an Alabama staple, is flipped over the sideline by Cam Woods.
One of the small details that Robert Morris has really been good at is closing out in taking passing lanes away. So they're taking the next pass away by getting on the high side on those hard closeouts, forcing them to run off the three-point line.
And now you're going to get a whistle away from the ball on the inbound. Smith holding on to Holloway. So DJ Smith gets his second. And Alabama will inbound it again from the near sideline. DeLong's got the basketball in his hand. Comes back to the near side. Holloway driving to the foul line. Backs out again to the top of the circle. With the left-hand dribble. Takes it to the left elbow. Now they hand it off to Philon down to the left corner. Nothing there. He's in some trouble. Nearly had to take it away. Got it back again. And flips to the top. Reed wants a 3. Got it! Right before the shot clock expired, Alabama saves the possession. They go back up 10, matching their largest lead of the game.
That feels like a dagger for a couple of good possession. It leads to an Andy Toole timeout. He just wants to maintain control of this game as best as possible.
Andy Toole wanted to play a half-court game with this team, but be careful of what you wish for.
Yeah, this is an Alabama team that they can do it both in the half court and in full court, and where they make their runs is ultimately when they get up and down the floor.
Timeout on the floor with 12:39 left to play here in Cleveland. It's Alabama 56, Robert Morris 46. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Old Spice Swagger Body Wash will make you the MVP of freshness and confidence. With its irresistible scent, it will transform your shower experience, leaving you feeling fresh on and off the field. Pair it with Old Spice Swagger Deodorant, the #1 aluminum-free brand that keeps you feeling like a Super Bowl champion 24/7 when used daily. But don't wait. This dynamic duo is available at Costco for a limited time only. Old Spice, official deodorant partner of the NFL and Super Bowl 59, where freshness meets football greatness.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Marriott Bonvoy, take your game day rituals on the road. No matter how you show your team spirit, find a stay for your style when you explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences. Marriott Bonvoy has a brand for every kind of fan. Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Explore more at marriottbonvoy.com/NCAA.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
To win in basketball takes a can-do spirit. So shave with Barbasol and inspire your team. Raise that red, white, and blue can and yell, "We can do this." If it doesn't work, you still got a great shave. Barbasol, it's a can of can-do.
Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day deals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. There are 19,432 in attendance here in Cleveland. Not as my old friend Whitey Ashburn used to say, don't these people have jobs?
I mean, look, they'd be at home watching or listening it anyway.
It's great to see the attendance. It's great to have a field that we have in this arena, at Rocket Arena right now.
When I lived in Los Angeles, I felt like I said that every day, though. Don't these people have jobs?
Game feels like it's at a tipping point right now. 12:39 left to go. Alabama by 10.
It's the first bit of sense of urgency that I felt from Andy Toole and that Robert Morris bench.
That's why he took the time out. Let's see how they come out now with the basketball. Cam Woods in between the circles, looking up at the shot clock. Drops it down left side for Fulgaris. Alley-oop off Dickerson. Taps it home and gets the foul. If you're going to answer, that's a good way to start. A chance at a three-point play for Amarian Dickerson.
Feels like a four-guard lineup. I know Reed's out on the floor for Alabama. You got Cliff Amori, but feels like a smaller lineup for Alabama. Good action, little lob over the top. And Dickerson's been really good in this contest. Both sides of the ball, but also really aggressive on the offensive and defensive glass.
So Dickerson, a 69% shooter, can cap off the three-point play. He has been the leading scorer for this team. 15 points on the day today for the junior. And junior college transfer from Mineral Area College, which I first heard of when Arthur Agee went there at the end of Hoop Dreams.
I think I just heard of it right now.
Missed on the front on the chance of the three-point play, and the rebound down for Alabama. Leading it by 8 with the basketball. Holloway, left side of the lane. He is bothered. They are right in his chest. Driving and throwing through, and it's stolen away by Dickerson, who anticipated the pass through the lane. Robert Morris coming down, trying to build now. Woods created space, shoved his man out of the way, missed the shot, but Dickerson, a thunderous putback jam, and Robert Morris is back within 6. Sears quickly into the forecourt. Now to the right corner, three-pointer no good for Holloway. A Robert Morris rebound. Here come the Colonials again. Woods head of the circle for Dickerson, the hot hand, a three-pointer. Shot no good. Big offensive rebound for Fulgaris. Back to Dickerson, who drives, Euro step, shot. Oh, my goodness. He hit it. 4-point ball game, 56-52. Sears trying to answer a three. That shot no good. Fulgaris with the rebound. The run right now belongs to Robert Morris. 11:09 left to play. The Colonials trying to close further. Where are you going? Of course, you're going to Dickerson. He's red hot. Working on Sears from the right side. Lost the basketball in his hand and picked it back up. Bounce pass for Woods. Tried an alley-oop. Ill-advised. Ball knocked away. And now Woods trying to make up for his mistake. Chases Reed down from behind and gets called for a reach-in foul in transition.
But how about the run initiated by Dickerson? His motor is probably the highest on the floor. That's what's giving him the advantage. But the Euro step, go to the left side of the basket, finish with the right hand extended, little English to get it off the glass. That was high level.
The current run right now is Amarian Dickerson 6, Alabama nothing. And that has brought Robert Morris right back in it. Timeout with 10:53 left to play. It's Alabama 56, Robert Morris 52. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Something amazing is happening. Despite a citywide blackout, this company is still up and running. That's because CDW deployed and managed a cost-effective Eaton Triplite Series Smart Pro UPS to safeguard equipment easily and reliably. Keep the power on and protect your IT equipment from electrical challenges. Triplite by Eaton and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/triplite.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
It's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/score. Ethos.com/score.
Sample Rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
In the face of uncertainty, some things remain steady, like the Cummins 2027 X15. Built on 25 plus years of experience and delivering up to 4% better fuel efficiency in a weight-neutral system, the X15 gives you the strength to move forward fearlessly and confidence that no matter the obstacle, you can and will rise above it. The 2027 X15, forever rising. Estimates based on preliminary testing. Individual results may vary.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Brad Heller back in our Westwood One studios. Time now for a tournament bracket update sponsored by Green Gobbler. Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. It's bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and it works. Green Gobbler, let the gobbler get it. Baylor continues to lead Mississippi State 69-64. 2.5 minutes left to go. You can hear that finish on the Westwood One Sports app. Let's get you back to Cleveland now. We rejoin Scott Graham and John Crispin.
All right, thanks, Brad. 10:53 to go. 56-52. Alabama, the number 2 seed in the East, has seen their lead trimmed to 4 on a 6-0 run for Robert Morris, the 15 seed before the timeout.
How about 13 offensive rebounds for Robert Morris versus 2 for Bama? 13 second chance points for Robert Morris versus 2 for Alabama.
Stevenson, alley-oop, and it's jammed home by Reed. Beautifully drawn play out of the timeout as the freshman finishes and extends the lead to 6 now for the Crimson Tide.
That was similar to the play they opened the game with, which was a lob dunk for Cliff O'Morty.
Fulgaris holding right elbow. Goes in on Reed. And now you're going to get a held ball. Possession arrow belongs to Robert Morris. Fulgaris tried to bully his way in, but Reed is 6'8", 220, and he wasn't given any ground. They both had claim to the basketball, and Robert Morris will inbound it from the far baseline.
Fulgaris made a good read, understanding that Reed was switching with guards at times. He thought he'd slip that.
Here's DJ Smith in traffic, gets to Dickerson, the hot hand. Lead back behind for Cam Woods. Woods driving into the lane, jump stop, got the shot, blocked away by Sherrill. Back the other way, here comes Bama. Sears leaves it for Sherrill, back to Sears. Deep 3 ball on the way, it's no good. And the rebound tapped, almost goes out of bounds, saved in. And Robert Morris is going to turn it into a fast break. Fulgaris jams it home. Colonials back within 4 as we cross 10 minutes left to play. DeLon on the outside. Gets a double team as he stops on the right block. Get it to Reed. Reed right side, driving in toward the lane. In traffic, his shot is blocked away. Woods got it, and now Woods with the basketball. Slides it ahead. Dickerson lays it home. 58-56. We've got a 2-point game. Andy Toole pumping his fist, clapping his hands, and telling the crowd, we need you right now. 9:23 left to play. Driving down the lane, shot good. Aiden Sherrill on a pick and roll. Beautifully done by Alabama to get it back to a 4-point game.
And if this doesn't tell you about urgency, Grant Nelson, for the first time in a long time, checking into the game.
Grant Nelson dealing with a leg injury, has been a starter for this team. He's going to check in at the next whistle. In the lane, Omajafo hits on a turnaround. Robert Morris is not going away.
That, to me, is a huge statement about how much they respect what Robert Morris is doing right now.
Sears drops one down low, and a shot good in the foul. Great body control for Aiden Sherrill again.
For the first time in this game, you can feel the urgency from the Alabama bench. So much so that they need to get Grant Nelson in this game, find some stability.
And Grant Nelson, with a brace on his left knee and a sleeve covering his left leg, checks in.
Now, the Alabama fans are cheering like, yay, he's playing, but I think they should be cheering if he doesn't have to. I think that was the approach all along, was they wouldn't need him, but Robert Morris has earned it to this point.
Sherrill, not a good free throw shooter. 51% on the year. Misses it badly. Rebound ripped down by Robert Morris. And now look who made an impact. Grant Nelson initiates the steal. Another try for Alabama. Holloway a three. That one won't go. And a push on the rebound on Sherrill into the back of the Robert Morris player who'd established position. It's going to go back the other way now to Robert Morris. Be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio with the NCAA Experience official ticket and hospitality packages. Official NCAA hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NBA legends, and much more. To be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio, visit ncaa.com/VIP. 8:25 to go. Robert Morris with a basketball. Behind the back pass up on top, and driving in is Dickerson. He got caught in midair, throws through to the near side for Prather. Prather back to Dickerson, and a three ball is around and out, no good. Big offensive rebound, and the putback by Fulgaris. 2-point game, 62-60. Sears quickly back the other way, and his layup is good. Robert Morris couldn't get back and set defensively.
Well, Sears attacked the side Grant Nelson is on, and Dickerson wasn't going to help off, so the paint was wide open.
4-point game, 7:50 to go. Woods with the ball in his hand. Drops it down low for Dickerson. He's fouled, hit the shot, and he's got a chance at a three-point play. Robert Morris is feeling it right now.
This is the one thing you do not want to allow if you're Alabama. That is confidence and energy. It's all in this building favoring Robert Morris.
Every piece of March Madness drama has a feel that's exactly like this one right now here in Cleveland. 7:44 left to go. Robert Morris will be shooting to get within one for the foul line when we come back. Alabama 64, Robert Morris 62, 7:44 to play. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
It's Power Torque Tools DIY days at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Lifetime guaranteed Power Torque professional hand tools only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Let's check the tournament summary, sponsored by Marriott Bonvoy. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA. Top 4 seeds, 8-0 in this year's tournament. A number 2 seed, St. John's, won by 30 last night. Largest NCAA tournament win in school history. This number 2 seed, I dare say, is not going to win by 30. Let's see if they win the game first. Alabama over number 15 seed Robert Morris, 64-62, 7:44 to go. And Amarian Dickerson, who is having a game today, at the line trying to cap off a 3-point play.
It's one thing to allow a team to play with energy and a high motor. That's what Dickerson brings. But what Alabama has allowed is belief for Robert Morris, and that's ultimately what makes him most dangerous.
Dickerson at the line. Shot is good. He is red hot. He's got 24, 3 shy of his career high that came earlier this year. 7:40 to go. We've got a 1-point ball game. Alabama into the forecourt. Here comes Sears. Euro step shot. Blocked by Dickerson. He came flying from another county and sent it over the end line with authority.
Now, that was a row 6-7 type of block. A volleyball spike, and again, you just feel the electricity in this building, all favoring Robert Morris. Anybody that's not wearing Alabama is in favor of Robert Morris.
Robert Morris is single-season shot block leader and 11th best in Division I. He gets almost 2.5 per game. That's one they're going to remember for a long time, especially if they win this game. Diabate takes the inbound now for Alabama, driving into the lane. Left-handed shot on the rim, won't go. Rebound tapped out. And here comes Robert Morris on the run. Woods waits for reinforcements to arrive. With the ball on his right hip. Takes the dribble to the right elbow. Throws back behind. Fulgaris dumps it off now into the hands of Omajafo in the lane. Layup is good. First lead of the game for Robert Morris. 65-64. Sears into the lane. Drops it off. And Nelson can't hit his shot. His first of the game. Robert Morris a rebound. Now they look to grow the lead. Prather, right side 3, shot no good. This place would have exploded. Diabate down with the rebound for Alabama. Sears driving into the lane, and he's fouled. His shot was blocked away, but apparently it was a foul on the floor before he ever got the shot away.
And Sears actually took maybe an elbow to the head by Dickerson on the blocked shot.
And Woods, who got called for the foul, goes over and takes his teammate Dickerson away from the jaw that was going back and forth.
Dickerson was actually being nice. I think he felt badly about it. It was the follow-through that he connected with Sears.
The officials did a pretty good job of gathering everybody and saying, okay, everybody, let's just settle down. Sears is saying that's a shooting foul. And the official said, no, son, it's not.
I'm not sure how it's not, but I understand
I think the foul came before he ever got into the shooting motion. Which is the definition, I guess, of a non-shooting foul.
Thanks, partner.
Hey, I'm here for you. Long inbound out toward half court. Jump catch made by Holloway. Holloway now with the left-hand dribble. Left side of the lane. Alley-oop. Jammed home by Grant Nelson. And Alabama retakes the lead 66-65.
It seems as if the dribble dry lob has been there for Alabama all day. Now Grant Nelson in the 5 position. A little smaller lineup.
Here comes Woods. Pulls up left of the top of the circle. Dishes it off for Omajafo. Using a screen on that left side. Knifes his way to the lane. Lost his footing, and he traveled. He just flat tripped on his way down the lane at the foul line. Ended up taking 2 steps as he tried to balance himself. And a costly turnover in what is turning right now into a possession-by-possession game.
Yeah, it was a late switch. A late switch actually led to the travel. Grant Nelson, a little late on the switch, and sometimes that's most disruptive.
8 turnovers now in the second half for Robert Morris. They turned it over once in the first. Alabama back the other way. Youngblood to the foul line. Throws for Sears right side. Driving into the lane. Left-hander shot is up and good. That's a guy who knows how to score the basketball. Hasn't come often today, but a big bucket puts Alabama back up by 3.
Alabama's been able to score by being physical when they get the ball in the paint.
Sears just 4 for 11 from the floor, but he's got a double-double. He's got 10 assists. Cam Ward's back the other way. He's been quiet offensively as well. Using a screen. Left to the top of the circle. Looks at the shot clock with a dribble alive. Backing up, no three-pointer. Gets it into the lane. Crazy shot for Fulgaris, who caught it and faded away and missed it. And Alabama down with the rebound. Comes down quickly. Youngblood wants a three. Shot no good. But Nelson... Oh, wow. Nelson didn't get called for that foul?
No.
That's amazing.
Wow.
The foul call is on Prather. Nelson clearly shoved Prather in the back to get that rebound, and Prather gets called for the foul.
So calling that on the box out, but I don't know what else you could do.
Crowd saw the replay. You could tell they don't love the call. Alabama by 3 with the basketball. 5:18 left to go. The inbound, and an easy 2 on the inbound pass to Diabate.
Just a simple slip and then hold your seal, but the guy on the ball underneath has to take the pass away from the block.
6-0 run for Alabama since their lead was taken by Robert Morris. Colonials need an answer. They get it down on the block, and Dickerson is mugged as he catches the ball down on the right block, trying to go up. And I think he hit his head on his way back down to the ground. He is not getting up. He's holding the back of his head. There was a loud thud sound. We were kind of screened off by bodies there, but I believe his head hit the floor.
He either hit his head on the floor or Grant Nelson's knee. Yeah, knee and shin, it looks like. Now, if I'm Dickerson, as hard as he's been playing, take all the time you need.
They're going to call that foul, and they are going to go now look at this to determine whether or not we've got something flagrant. And again,
the previous play is under review for potential flagrant foul.
And you got a look at a replay there, but
I don't see anything that would be in any way a flagrant. He came down after being fouled, which was a good hard foul, and hit the back of his head against the right knee of Grant Nelson. Probably better the right knee than the left knee with that brace on it.
Foul was committed by Aiden Holloway, and yeah, I think you're correct that he hit his head on the knee of Nelson. I think that's what the officials likely will find. Scott Graham, John Crispin here at our Grainger broadcast position in Cleveland. Stay on top of your game with Grainger. Get the industrial-grade products right when you need them to help your business move forward when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. 70-65, Alabama by 5, under 5 minutes to play. John, you played the game at the highest level in this level, the highest level at the next level. What's going through the minds of the Robert Morris players right now?
Robert Morris right now, you just have to continue and play with house money. I mean, that's what this is all about. You have to play freely. You also have to maintain some sense of discipline, understanding what's gotten you this point. I think Dickerson's been a key component of that. You also have to be willing to make it a possession-to-possession game until it gets to the point where you need to apply an urgency to maximize possessions in the game. On the other end, I look at Alabama and I say, you started this game with the mindset of thrival, right? There's two ways to look at this, survival and thrival. You come into the game saying, how can we win by 50? You get to this point, right now it's about survival. You just have to do what's necessary to advance to the next round, which is it's a separate game at this point. Just get through this in any way possible. Obviously, Sears is a big component of that, getting to the basket. Wonder at what point Grant Nelson gets involved more on the offensive end, but just survive and advance. We know it's cliche, but it's also reality when games are tight down the stretch.
And so the officials have made their decision.
After review, the call on the floor stands. Common foul.
That's pretty much what we thought we were going to end up seeing, as Dickerson will now go to the free throw line.
Dickerson's been incredible, by the way. The motor with which he plays, he just goes. He's relentless offensively and defensively, closing on the ball, screening hard. Not the biggest player on the floor, probably weighs $195 at best.
First free throw is good. He's got a game-high 25 points, too shy of his career high for the kid from right here in Cleveland at Rhodes High School. How excited do you think he was when he found out he was playing in Cleveland?
You can only imagine. So a lot of these people are here to support that. Defensive Player of the Year in the conference. It's had a great impact on this team.
Missed on the second, though, and it stays a 4-point game, 70-66. Alabama with the lead in the ball. It's Sears. Head of the circle, left-handed dribble, backs it all the way out onto the March Madness logo. Now takes the right-hand dribble to the right side. He's clearing out for himself. Taking it in. And late in the shot clock, you're going to get a foul call on Fulgaris, who was trying to stop that drive down to the right block.
Well, Alabama did a good job of clearing that right block and then bringing the offensive players up beyond the three-point line to try to open up a dribble drive opportunity, which is ultimately drive to get to the rim, but also drive to create opportunities around the perimeter.
So that puts Robert Morris over the limit. Sears a one-and-one opportunity. His shot is good. The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure. Hurry in for an exceptional offer on Jeep's Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs. And let the ride of a lifetime begin. I told you earlier that Sears is an excellent free throw shooter. Second one on the way, and that one is good. 72-66, Alabama by 6. 4:35 left to go.
And Alabama with a little bigger lineup. You got Grant Nelson, Stevenson on the floor with Diabate. Bigger lineup, particularly here for the defensive end.
Off a screen, Woods to the top. Flicks it out to the far side of the floor for DJ Smith. Now down in the corner. Omajafo into the lane. His shot is blocked away. And the man who blocked the shot came up with a loose ball. Diabate gets the ball, and he is fouled by Dickerson.
It's the last few minutes of this game. There's been probably the first bit of urgency we've really seen. And I feel like Grant Nelson coming into the game was an expression of that. There's urgency to survive and just get to the next round where you can play another game.
So Hamid Diabate, sophomore out of Queens, averaging 7 points per game, but having a bigger game here today. He's got 16 points and 5 boards. Goes to the line. A 61% shooter is the left-hander. Couple of bounces, studies the rim, fires, and misses the free throw. Tip on the rebound. You're going to get a foul call, and it's going to be against Dickerson, who just picked up his third as he was battling with Grant Nelson for that loose ball.
Yeah, it's just a battle. He kind of got shoved underneath, and then he gets low on Grant Nelson. Just a tough battle.
So now they're talking about it. The officials are discussing things as Nelson takes his place at the line, trying to expand a 6-point lead. Remember, this is an Alabama team that leads the country in scoring, averaging over 90 points per game. They put up 109 last year in this round against Charleston on the way to the Final Four. But they are in a hand-to-hand fight here in Cleveland with 4:15 to go. Nelson's free throw, no good. Rebound down, and it bangs into the hands of Cam Woods for Robert Morris. Colonials will try to stay in this ball game now in these final 4 minutes. Woods driving into the lane, in traffic, off-balance shot, no good. Nelson, the rebound for Alabama. And he takes it right across himself. Driving, alley-oop, and the ball knocked away. Fulgaris comes down with it.
It's not the situation for that pass, but Grant Nelson, tough situation. Why? Because he couldn't give up the ball in the backcourt.
Smith throws for Fulgaris. Deep three ball from the top. It's no good. Long rebound. Dickerson gets it with one hand. Another try for Robert Morris. Cam Woods, step back three from the left. That one is no good, and Nelson clears the glass for Alabama. 3:27 to go. Sears quickly into the forecourt. Shot, good, and the foul. Dickerson just got his fourth. And that means an opportunity at a three-point play for Alabama. And don't look now. They've got a chance to extend this lead to 9 when we come back on a 10-1 run.
And a really smart play by Mark Sears. In the open transition, he goes into the body of Dickerson, who doesn't want to pick up that foul. And then the physicality to finish through contact.
3 minutes, 24 seconds to go here in Cleveland. It's Alabama 74, Robert Morris 66. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So, you want to buy a house. You could go online, do your research, find the dream listing, go see it, and get catfished. Back to the drawing board. More scheduling, more viewings, more this doesn't even look like the photos. You could finally find one that does match the photos. Then comes the offer. Stress rash? Yep, make that 3. And here's the paperwork. Yep, never-ending paperwork. It's a lot. But you don't have to do it alone. Because there's an agent who's a realtor here to guide and help protect you as you find the home that's right for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer, don't miss Power Torque Tools DIY days at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, save $20 on a Power Torque 248-piece mechanics tool set. O Rewards members get a $5 reward. Power Torque professional hand tools come with a lifetime guarantee. Visit your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Alabama, the number 2 seed in the East, with an 8-point lead, 74-66 over Robert Morris, the 15 seed with 3:24 to go. Let's check some of the numbers, sponsored by GoodRx. Check GoodRx for simple, smart savings on weight loss medications and other prescriptions at GoodRx.com. Alabama's got 24 assists on 32 field goals. They've outscored Robert Morris 36-10 off the bench. Maybe the biggest number right now, though, is Robert Morris is 0 for their last 6 and doesn't have a field goal in the last 3 minutes and 46 seconds. That's why Bama's got themselves a 10-1 run right now, and they are trying to put the final touches on this game with 3:24 to go.
Well, I think the survival focus ultimately brings urgency, and it was an urgency that was lacking through most of this game for Alabama.
Sears' free throw is good, caps off the 3-point play. 9-point lead. That's just one shy of their biggest of the game for Alabama. Does Robert Morris have one more run in them? Here's Woods into the forecourt for Fulgaris. Right side along the baseline. Into the lane. Dumps it off, and a turnaround shot is good by Omajafo, who snuck in from the weak side.
Great play by Fulgaris in terms of working in the post.
Backcourt pressure now from Robert Morris as we cross 3 minutes left to go in the ball game. Youngblood. Cross half court, nearly had it taken away. A diving attempt at a steal by Cam Woods, who says, wait a minute, I got all ball. The official says, no, son, you did not.
He got all ball, but he did so by diving through the legs of Youngblood. A little bit of a trip. Not bad, though. I just think it's tough. That little run that Alabama put together heading into the under 4 timeout changes the way you have to attack if you're Robert Morris. You have to limit early opportunities for Alabama, but in some way encourage it because you've got to maximize possessions.
So at the line, Chris Youngblood hits on the first. Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Youngblood, who was the co-player of the year in the AAC at South Florida last year, hits on the second. He's playing in his 147th collegiate game.
Been a lot of that this year.
77-68, 9-point ball game. 2:53 left to go. Urgency time again for Robert Morris. Smith dishes off for Dickerson, left side of the lane. Finds Fulgaris, right elbow jumper is no good. Tip follow won't go, and the rebound down for Alabama. Sears still running. Lost the handle on the ball, and he got the timeout in midair as that ball was going over the end line. The old Jason Kidd move as he was calling timeout as he flew over the end line. Robert Morris can't believe it, but Alabama's going to keep the possession. Timeout on the court, 2:35 to go. Alabama 77, Robert Morris 68. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure with great deals on our legendary Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs, like the Grand Cherokee 4xE, our most capable Grand Cherokee ever, the Jeep Wrangler 4xE, our most capable Wrangler ever, or the Jeep Compass, our most affordable SUV. Hurry in for an exceptional offer during the Jeep Celebration event and let the adventure of a lifetime begin. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Alabama's been to the Sweet 16 in 3 of the last 4 seasons. Their first step to get back there this year, well, it's been a higher climb perhaps than they expected, but they've got a 9-point lead and the basketball right now with 2:35 left to play here in Cleveland. Inbound, keyed by Furlong. And a whistle off the ball. And a foul call before the ball was ever inbounded on DJ Smith.
Well, I think for Robert Morris, there's a little urgency in defending the out-of-bounds underneath because Alabama's gotten so many easy looks. It's just a grab.
Crowd disagrees with the call.
Yeah, the crowd doesn't have the monitor in front of them that we do.
So Mark Sears is going back to the line, trying to seal this game up as he hits on the first. Back up to a 10-point lead now for Alabama. One more try coming for Sears. His shot is good. 17 points on the day and 10 assists to go with it. And the biggest lead of the game now for the Crimson Tide with 2:33 to play.
And for Robert Morris, you got to get into quick hitter options.
Woods wants a 3, and he got it. Right to the top of the circle. Quick timeout called for by Andy Toole. They are not willing to let this game go just yet. 2:24 left. And we got an 8-point game. Alabama 79, Robert Morris 71. Timeout on the floor. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So why...
Hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single college basketball game of March Madness. Every single game. Speaking of which, I've got to start that next stream right now. We'll see you back in the chat. Good luck to your team.
The final stretch. Alabama gets it in. Furlong into the forecourt. Doesn't need to shoot. They get it to the corner. Nelson fakes a shot, drives, and jams it home. 81-71. That might be the exclamation point for the Crimson Tide. 2:05 left to play in the game. DJ Smith got to get rid of it quickly. They don't have a lot of time. Along the outside, it's Woods driving right baseline. Ran into some trouble along that baseline. You're going to get a push foul on Youngblood on that drive. Bama up over the limit, so that stops the clock with 1:55 to play. And it means a 1-and-1 opportunity coming. Cam Woods, who is the Horizon League Men's Basketball Championship MVP, made a run to the Final Four with NC State last year. That's only part of his story. He's also played at North Carolina A&T, Troy, and Northwest Florida State Community College. And he misses on the front end of the 1-and-1. Alabama down with a rebound. And a quick foul as Woods went for the steal on Mark Sears. So Sears back to what's become a familiar place for him, the free throw line, for a 2-shot foul with 1:50 left to go.
Well, we talked a lot of this game about how Mark Sears has struggled to get it going on the offensive end, but 10 assists, I would take that. 5 rebounds. He's contributing in every possible way, and at this point, he's really showing his value being able to handle the ball and finish at the free throw line.
So Woods with the foul is just fouled out of the ball game. And Sears to the line, shoots 2. First one is good. You're going to look at the numbers, you're going to say he was fine.
Yeah. But down the stretch, you realize how important he is. There were big possessions where he went into the body, ended up at the foul line, made layups in transition. Just see the experience and also the urgency coming through.
He's got 19 points. 8 of them have come from the free throw line. 83-71, 145 to play, and a silly reach-in foul by Mohamed Diabate for Alabama. That stops the clock, and it means that DJ Smith is going to go to the line. But in a 12-point game, right now you're talking about 4 possessions. I'm not sure that Robert Morris has that kind of time.
Watching the replay, DJ Smith did a good job selling that one. He actually put his he's going to the right, put his left arm around Diabate and kind of drug him with him, taking him off balance and made it look like a worse foul than it really was. Smart play from a smaller player. Again, if he's able to get lower than you, he's tough to cover.
Smith is 1 for 2 from the line today, and his free throw is good. DJ Smith, as we said, came over from Bowling Green. 15 double-figure scoring games. He had the ball in his hands a lot in the first half. 6 points on the game for the smallest guy on the floor, listed at 6 foot, but there's no way. Next one is up, and that one is good.
That's the case. I'm 6'4".
And a quick timeout called for by Andy Toole. But his team is down 10 with 1:46 to play. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better are member-only doorbuster deals. Right now, rewards members can...
All right, we are live. Check out that link that's pinned in the chat and see our amazing goal. We are on the road to passing 100,000 subscribers / insiders here on the channel. Are you an insider yet? Have you hit that subscribe button? I bet you have now. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for checking out our Bracket Mania campaign. A lot more coming up soon, especially hopefully with some help from Mr. Joe Bowen, the Hall of Fame announcer of the Toronto Maple Leafs, getting ready for that playoff run. We'll see you back in the chat.
The number 2 seed in the East, Alabama. This after igniting this crowd in Cleveland by taking their lone lead in this game. About 8 minutes left to go.
Yeah, there's plenty of time left to play, but you always wonder what this type of game does for the 2 seed. Right? Does it wake you up and apply urgency early on in this tournament? Does it make you prepare in a different way, or do you lose a little confidence?
Inbound comes into the hands of Sears. Here comes a double team. He falls through it and gets called for a traveling violation.
Once again, Dickerson there. Dickerson for Robert Morris has just been absolutely everywhere. By far the best player on the floor, but most importantly, the most impactful player on the floor.
So, the door, window, or whatever it is that you call it, cracks open just a little bit now in a 10-point game with 1:43 left. As the Colonials of Robert Morris will inbound from the near sideline. Their top scorer, Cam Woods, is fouled out of the game. Here's Smith inside half court. He doesn't have time for this kind of dribbling. Throws it far side. Now they drive in. Dickerson's floater is up. It's no good. Alabama fights for the rebound, and Diabate outfights everybody for it, but throws it away. And now an easy 2 on the lay-in. Fulgaris to Omajafo. We've got an 8-point game. 1:22 left to go.
Yeah, they played Grant Nelson a lot. This would be a time you'd want him in the game, but he needed the rest.
Long full court pass off a couple of hands, knocked out of bounds, and they say it's Alabama ball.
Whatever they say, they're probably going to look at it.
Yep. Diabate and DJ Smith were fighting for it. Diabate is 6'7". DJ Smith, as we said before, in thick socks is 6 feet tall. Hard for me to believe that Diabate is not the guy who touched the ball last.
And again, I go back to it. You got Cliff O'Mori on the floor. He's not the
play
guy
is under review regarding the out of bounds. Who touched it last?
He's not the guy you want at the free throw line. Clearly you want him for defensive purposes, but I think the biggest thing to point out is the fact that they had to bring Grant Nelson in, and ultimately he's had to play significant minutes where at this point when you really need him the most, he needs the rest. And yeah, it looks like that was off, unquestionably in my opinion. You would say that's off Alabama and Diabate.
They're looking at it, and it's on the big screen here. I'm not sure if it's unquestioned, but I have a feeling it might end up staying the same way, but we'll see. There's 1:12 left to play. Alabama by 8, and we right now assume that they have the basketball. If it's Robert Morris ball, that changes the math here very quickly.
My apologies. I had the wrong hand.
Yep. Little guy got up higher.
Unquestionable the other way. Let's go with that.
Yep. DJ Smith was the only guy who had his hand that high in the air when it hit.
By the way, you were very nice about that by saying, I'm not sure if it's unquestionable. What you really say is, what are you looking at, Crispin? Like, you're right. Clearly off of Smith.
What are you looking at, Crispin?
I don't know, man. You sold me on Diabate was probably the one that touched it last because he's taller.
I should have been a lawyer. It is indeed Alabama ball after they take a look.
After review, the call on the floor of white ball is confirmed.
I like that they're doing this, too, going to the microphone. Some officials certainly like it more than others, but it's good to let everybody know what's going on.
I'll tell you what, back in his day, if our old friend Gene Steratore had that mic, he never would have given it up.
No.
Sorry, Gene.
He's still good on the mic.
He's terrific. On the inbound, Sears has it. They've got to foul him if they can't take it away. And Sears, keeping the possession alive, gets it to Nelson. Thought about a three, but all they've got to do is keep dribbling clock away, and they finally foul Nelson with 1:02 left to go.
On that break there was good because it gave Nelson a little bit more time to breathe, catch himself. Wasn't sure whether he'd play or not. And Dickerson, who has played the best game of anyone on this floor, representing Robert Morris, a big hug from Andy Toole as he walks off with his 5th foul.
What a game he has had. 25 points, 9 rebounds on the game. And he almost single-handedly brought them back and gave them the lead here in the second half. Nelson's first free throw is no good.
25 points, 11 of 22 from the field, 9 rebounds. He was everywhere in this game, and they're not even close without Dickerson.
Grant Nelson's second is, that one is good. It hit the rim. It was falling out and then dropped back through to make it an 84-75 game. 62 seconds left to play now for Robert Morris to try to save their season.
And an offense-defense substitution bringing Cliff Omori in for Grant Nelson.
Smith, long three-pointer shot, no good. Fight for the rebound. Diabate down with it. Sears with the ball in his hand. Alabama in full control now with 49 seconds left to play. Sears double-teamed in the forecourt, and he is fouled as he goes to the line. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Russo, Mad Dog Sports Radio, live all day during the NCAA tournament. That's until 2 a.m. Eastern. React to all the action at AAA Mad Dog 6 on Channel 82.
Mark Sears hits on the first free throw. He's got 20 points right now to lead Alabama. That includes 9 out of 10 from the free throw line. Second one is up, and that one is good. They're on pace to become the first team in Division I history to average 20 or more twos, 10 or more threes, and 18 or more free throws per game.
And I would not have thought they'd get close to that 90 number with which they average, but they're right there.
Yep. Smith into the forecourt with time running out on Robert Morris. Dishes off, and a bank shot is good for Fulgaris from in close. 86-77, 39 seconds left. And on the inbound, LeBaron Fillon gets fouled, so he'll walk it back down to the other end, and he'll shoot 2.
Just can't say enough about how tightly contested this entire game has been. Right now, it feels like, we're just watching the last 38.3 tick down. But Robert Morris played a terrific game, and Andy Toole coached a really good game. The preparation for this Alabama team is not easy. There's a lot of trust in how you have to play Alabama. His poise has been really good over there, and Dickerson's play you can't say enough about.
Lawn hits on the first. Yep, Andy Toole did the Penn Quakers proud today.
Sure did.
Graduated from Penn in 2003. Played in the tournament for Penn in 2 years after transferring from Elon. Second free throw rims out, no good. 10-point ball game, 35 seconds to go. Long three-point jumper on the way for Prather is no good. Fight for the rebound. Diabate down with it. Lost the handle, but it's knocked out of bounds off Robert Morris. I wonder if they're going to call off the Dogs now at 28 seconds in a 10-point game.
At this point, it's a matter of just dribbling it out. So if you get it into the front court, you probably do.
However, they did not.
I don't think they wanted
Smith
to.
Fouls in the backcourt, and Sears, after dusting himself off and getting off the floor, is going to make the long walk back to the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't think Andy Toole wanted that one, but I get, as a player, you fought so hard. You don't want the game to end. I don't care how much you're down. You don't want the game to end because you also understand what the end of the game represents for your program.
Crowd from Robert Morris is chanting the name of the school, private university in Moon Township in Pittsburgh. As Sears misses the first, 3,800 undergraduates. They didn't have to come far. They brought a lot of people here. Cleveland is a less than 2-hour ride from Pittsburgh. They were well represented. The fans in the stands were rooting for the underdog. They got over the top in the second half, but couldn't hold it. Sears hits on the second, 88-77, 26 seconds left to go.
It's also fair to point out that just the difference in resources between these programs. Obviously, you talk about the numbers in the school, but it's also the dollars.
Smith just broke the ankles of Stevenson and stepped back and hit a three. Crowd enjoyed that. 19 seconds left. Alabama breaks the pressure. The Abate drive shot up and good. 13 seconds to go. Guess what? Alabama's at 90. 90-80. Closing seconds of the ball game. Smith thought about a long three, and with 1.6 left to go, Diabate called for the foul. Says, "Wait a minute, that's a jump ball." And the official says, "No, son, it's called a held ball," and it's not a held ball.
Good call. I knew you'd get it in there. At this point, you've got to know. You just get out of the way, and if it means Platt gets a wide open dunk, so be it. The thing you want to do is just nonsensically extend this game if you're Alabama, but how about them getting to that 90-point mark yet again?
Grad student from the Netherlands. Platt's just a 55% shooter. First one is no good. So the end of the road will come just a couple hours from home for Robert Morris. In these final 1.6 seconds, they played a gutty, gritty, great game. Hit on the second. That'll bring us to what will be our final score. Alabama dribbles the clock away, and after a very tough opening round game, their climb back toward the Final Four is intact. Alabama wins it 90-81 to survive and advance here in round number 1 in Cleveland.
The most intriguing thing to me about this game was the urgency that came late, which ultimately it's an expression of respect for Robert Morris and how dangerous Alabama realized they were. At some point, Nate Oates realized Robert Morris was capable of winning this game. And because of that, they had to come in with Grant Nelson, which brought a little bit of stability, but also tells me he's going to be ready to go in the next round of play.
Once again, with a towel over his head, Marion Dickerson comes over to salute the Robert Morris crowd. There's nothing but dejection right there for this team. But when it's all said and done, there is going to be nothing but pride for the way they played one of the best teams in the country here. Andy Toole saluting his crowd with applause as he brings his players over. And joining us courtside right now, Mark Sears, who had 22 points and 10 assists on the game for the Crimson Tide of Alabama. And Mark, congratulations on the victory, first of all.
Thank you, thank you.
This was obviously a hand-to-hand combat, tough game. Did they surprise you?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know, they're a tough team. They're a really good team, and they really gave us a good run. And I told our guys, this is March Madness. This is what it's all about. And they're looking to upset us, and we just got to come up and wake up.
We saw late down the stretch there was a bit of urgency on your part. Grant Nelson gets checked into the game, but ultimately what I saw was your responsibility as a leader on the floor. You took things into your own hands late, got to the free throw line, got fouled, finished at the basket. At what point did you realize you had to do more?
It was when the crowd, and they brought a good home crowd, and really realizing that this is March Madness, this is what it's all about, and just having that mentality of that it's not time to go home, just be killer, have a killer mentality.
Was there a point in the game where it felt like survive and advance? We use that as a cliche in this, but there had to come a point because there's respect on the floor. Those guys played pretty well, pretty hard.
Oh, yeah, it is. It definitely felt like a survive and advance game because, like I said, they gave us a really, really good battle. Dickerson, he played his tail off, and all the other guys, and, they're a really good team, and they definitely gave us a wake-up call.
Mark, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Congratulations. Good luck moving forward.
Thank you.
That is Mark Sears from Alabama. His team coming up with the big win in this first round today to survive and advance 90-81 over the 15 seed Robert Morris. Time now to select the player of the game, sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better. Our member-only door bust deals. Shop these limited-time savings before they're gone. Lowe's, they help you save. All right, who's your player of the game?
Player of the game, look, I got to give a mention to Dickerson, but only because he played a great game. But Mark Sears really took this one, took the responsibility to bring this one home. I think there was late urgency. He realized a lot of it had to be done on his own. He got to the basket, he got fouled, he had 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists in this game. So ultimately, the best leader on the floor was the best player on the floor, and that's Mark Sears.
So that's it. The final score from Cleveland is Alabama punches their ticket to Sunday, and now they await their opponent. One of them is warming up on the floor right now. Alabama wins it 90-81 over Robert Morris. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure with great deals on our legendary Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs, like the Grand Cherokee 4xe, our most capable Grand Cherokee ever, the Jeep Wrangler 4xe, our most capable Wrangler ever, or the Jeep Compass, our most affordable SUV. Hurry in for an exceptional offer during the Jeep Celebration event and let the adventure of a lifetime begin. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Without maintenance teams behind the scenes, everything stops. Even the game. Lights, broadcast equipment, cooling, you ensure the assets that matter most work. MaintainX was built for professionals like you. A modern maintenance app that helps manage work orders, schedule maintenance, and track inventory. So keep the madness on the court, not in your operations. Try MaintainX free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain in the letter x.com/MVP.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. Like, to check you have gas first before road tripping through the desert.
Empty? Seriously? Maybe I can walk.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So if you want to save money, check Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com.
Maybe I can't.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Welcome to the Tournament Postgame Show on Westwood One, sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Well, back here in Cleveland, another number 2 seed survives and advances. It was a tight ball game. It was a tough ball game, but Alabama knocks off the 15 seed in the East, Robert Morris, 90-81. And some of the final numbers It was Mark Sears leading the way for the Crimson Tide, 22 points and 10 assists. By the way, he also had 5 rebounds in the ball game. When we start talking about some of the things that this team did, Clifford Amari was huge in the first half of this game. Basically didn't see the floor in the second half of this ball game after he hit the floor hard, but he ended up with 17 points, 15 of them, I should say, in the first half. On the other side, you can't say enough about the game Amarian Dickerson had. He's the one who kept his team in the ball game, got him close. 25 points, 9 rebounds before fouling out of this one.
Amarian Dickerson was all about energy and effort. He was electric, and I think ultimately he got this crowd into the game. He was the type of guy prepare for the next opponent, which is going to be a completely different opponent. And I will say there are times as a superior team, which Alabama is, it's difficult to play against, quote, I'm using air quotes, inferior players. Smaller players, smaller bigs, they have different tendencies, and I do think Alabama did what they needed to do to just get through to this next round of play where, again, it's a completely different game and a new season.
Oh, we're staring down something that should be very competitive coming up next with Vanderbilt taking on St. Mary's. But it's time now to rejoin our Straight Talk Wireless studios in Los Angeles. Need more data so you can stream your Jam mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Let's send you back to Brad Heller.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We will hear from you and John very shortly for game number 204 in Cleveland. That's St. Mary's Vanderbilt 7-10 matchup. Winner there will get the Alabama Crimson Tide, a 9-point victory for the Tide over the 15 seed Robert Morris, but it didn't seem like that was going to be the case. The Crimson Tide had that double-digit lead early in the second half. Robert Morris, though, the Colonials out of the Horizon League stormed back.
Woods waits for reinforcements to arrive. With the ball on his right hip. Takes the dribble to the right elbow. Throws back behind. Fulgaris dumps it off now into the hands of Omajafo in the lane. Layup is good. First lead of the game for Robert Morris. 65-64.
You could hear the crowd in Cleveland behind the 15 seed. Could it be 4 times in the last 5 years that a 15 would beat a 2? Well, that lead for the Colonials lasted all of 30 seconds. Mark Sears put the Crimson Tide on his back. It's time now for the Wrangler highlight of the game.
Another try for Robert Morris. Cam Woods, step back 3 from the left. That one is no good, and Nelson clears the glass for Alabama. 3:27 to go. Sears quickly into the forecourt. Shot, good, and the foul. Dickerson just got his 4th, and that means an opportunity at a 3-point play for Alabama. And don't look now, they've got a chance to extend this lead to 9 when we come back on a 10-1 run.
The highlight of the game sponsored by Wrangler. Here's to the early risers, the go-getters. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles to kickstart your day. Wrangler for the ride of life. Mark Sears, the All-American, 19 of his 22 points in the second half, and Alabama's moving on 90-81 over Robert Morris, snapping the Colonials' 10-game winning streak, and Bama will face either St. Mary's or Vanderbilt in round 2 on Sunday. More coming up on the pregame show after this. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought
our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes. So it's gentle on your skin